Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. Cameras rolling. This is Advent Calendar Day 17, the Advent Calendar Extravaganza, episode 257. 257. Matt, welcome to the party.
That's not right either. It's episode 259, everyone.
Holy. Why did you say something?
Because you said you knew what it was.
I did.
I saw you pull
257. Yeah, but I didn't look because he confirmed that it was 257.
I did not confirm it was 257.
259. No. How do I not know this? Damn.
He cleverly, coyly.
I'm on the episodes, but I'm on them, and I say the number every week. I just can't remember week to week. I hope I don't have like some sort of brain malfunction.
Oh wait, this isn't a normal.
I might need to see the doctor.
This isn't a normal weekly podcast.
This isn't a normal weekly podcast, but we're gonna make it one.
Is it extra special?
Extra special. Advent Extravaganza. The third annual.
Unwrap this one with us.
The third annual Advent Extravaganza. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Welcome to the show. Let's do some introductions here. Let's go around the room. I'm JT.
Right. What?
Who are you?
An exciting fact.
I'm JT.
All right. Let's
I'm
introduce everybody.
Stev's dad.
Stev's dad. Chuggalos Stev's dad.
And
is that what we're referring to you as?
We gotta work on that.
We gotta work on that. Yeah.
And I'm not.
Right.
I am Svil.
He's Phil. There he is.
And I'm Stev.
Everyone knows Stev, the producer, future producer.
TM. Producer soon. TM.
I've been enjoying the heck out of your
podcast
this season.
Thank you, Phil.
All right, so we got the whole crew here. We got a special beer to do today. We always the annual Advent Extravaganza we pick. I think the first year we might have stumbled on, or did we pick it specifically for that?
I think we picked it for that day because
we
knew this is the only one we hand pick.
Yeah, each year we pick what we think is going to be probably the most discussable beer, and that's what we do on the extravaganza.
Yeah, we hope it's going to be the 5.
Different.
Yeah, we hope it's the 5.
We always do hope it's going to be the best. That's why I tried to stay away from saying the one we think is going to be the best.
Yeah,
and just say the thing that we think is going to,
I'll fucking say
harvest the most discussion. Okay. But we're also going to just have some fun. So because this is episode 259, we're all going to start. We're going to do 2 beers. Yeah, see, I know what episode it is.
2 something.
I was testing Matt.
Yeah, right.
I know what episode it is, but we're going to do 2 beers. Let's start off with this here if you want to hand me that box there. We're going to... Beer 1 for the day is going to be this Santa's Bribe. And recently I was talking about how the Christmas beers shouldn't be spiced. They should be cookie flavored. Because Christmas cookies are an awesome tradition.
Yeah, but there are cookies that are spiced.
Yeah, well, fuck those cookies.
Ginger snaps.
Well, ginger, yeah. This beer does have ginger in it.
Snickerdoodles.
Snickerdoodles.
There you go. I don't want to put it down on the table.
Name a cookie that's
when you can.
Mincemeat cookie?
Mincemeat cookie?
It does get loud.
Really?
It does get loud.
Yeah.
Do we get loud?
We get loud. All right. This first beer is from Taft's. And I was just in Cincinnati and saw Taft's Tap House in Cincinnati, but I believe they're a Cleveland brewery, right?
No, they're Columbus.
Columbus?
Yeah,
Cincy.
yeah.
They're
Columbus.
Cincy, I thought.
I thought they were Columbus.
Let's see. Let's make sure. Let's give Taft's their due.
I saw Cincinnati.
It is Cincinnati.
On the top of the
Cincinnati.
can. Cincinnati Creek.
Cincinnati crafted. Look at that. I thought they were a different city.
The Taft original location is fantastic. It's the converted courtroom from where Taft practiced law in Cincinnati, and it's fantastic.
Ooh, okay.
It's an amazing space. Like if you like relics, turn of the century type stuff. Like they've left it as original as they can, and it's awesome.
That is amazing. Whoa. I was just seeing if it was primed. Yeah. I wasn't gonna make a mistake or anything. I almost did make a mistake because it is very primed. Taft, a lot of misconceptions about Taft. Let's crack this beer so we can get started. Yeah, there we go. If you need a coaster, there's coasters all down the bar. You guys all primed up?
Oh yeah. By the way,
get a 5-person crack.
We got some feedback before we do this. We got some feedback that having beers directly out.
Definitely hit the table for sure.
So
fair enough.
I thought
some of these.
I thought Phil was playing Pogs, really, like with this.
Wow. Oh, is he doing that?
Oh yeah, that's gonna go great. That'll be great for the listener.
Yeah.
They're putting their headphones in.
I was hoping.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, no worries.
There's an earthquake.
Happy to help.
All right, here we go. Ready, everyone? Crack it up. 3, 2, 1.
This is the most
wow,
primed
we almost
can.
nailed that.
This is the most primed can.
That was so primed.
Since
I
episode
mean, I could get almost
237.
one
hand.
index finger in there. Yeah.
Hey, the damn thing didn't explode on me,
And it
so I'm
smells
happy.
great. It smells great. So this is Taft
Not wearing
Santa's
half
Bride.
of it. Right.
Let me grab. Oh, I could just use this can here.
Bribe, not bride. I had to look twice.
Bribe. I'm saying bribe.
Bribed.
Yeah.
Whether naughty or
Yeah.
nice, a little bribe goes a long way. A
Oh, heck
winter,
yeah.
a winter warm beer with cinnamon, ginger, and vanilla. So we do have some spice. It's ginger.
Some.
It's more of a root.
Which you could have replaced Santa's. You could have put bride in there, and it still would have made sense.
It still wouldn't make sense.
Bride of Santa.
But bribing Santa is much
That's like
better
a
than
horror
marrying
movie.
Santa.
Cool.
Marrying Santa
see
leads
that
to a
working out,
lifetime of
actually.
just chaos. I believe.
Much like today's episode.
Yes, much like today's
289, 237.
You'll
or whatever
very
number.
much hear
Whatever.
several conversations
Whatever works.
happening at the
220,
same time.
221.
Take a shot for every episode number that
It
gets
gets
mentioned.
mentioned. Oh, yeah, right.
I'm already beat that about all
JT would be like
16 drinks right now.
All right, so first Phil story for the day. I come from a long line of Santa Claus bribing in my family. From the wee age of 4 or 5 years old, we were already putting cookies and a full 16-ounce Pilsner of whatever the latest libation was for Santa Claus.
Sorry, Stacey.
With my father's prompting, of course.
Of course,
You know,
yeah.
I think Santa would probably like that beer.
Yeah.
We left cold hamburgers and a Miller High Life on there for Santa Claus.
Ooh, cold hamburger.
Cold burgers
I like
and Miller. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Cold
Like
hamburgers.
cooked though. It wasn't raw. It was,
No, it's
cooked.
good. Yeah, they're leftovers, I should say.
Oh,
Yes,
leftovers.
leftovers.
Was that a bribe or was that?
And I'm guessing it's
Stay
whatever
away.
Santa Claus was in the mood
That was
for
a-
before we went to bed.
All right, so this is obviously Christmas beer. I was hoping it would be different than most Christmas beers. I think we got a little different here. Anybody want to talk about their opinions on this beer?
Oh, okay. Because I was.
Yeah, no, that's your
Throw
opinion.
out some
Let me
opinions.
hear all of your
on other
opinions.
topics.
Okay,
Yeah.
open wheel racing. Let's really talk about that for a second. Okay.
Open wheel racing? What is that? Let's
I
talk
don't even know
about
what
that.
that
So
means.
this-
IndyCar racing.
Enlighten me.
This is about what I expect from a Taft beer. Taft reminds me of a lot of those breweries that use the same base recipe for a lot of their beers and then just dress it up with either adjuncts or whatever to whether it's a decision or to keep costs down or whatever. But this is about where I expect this beer to be. It's got the nice. There's no mistaking what season that this beer would be paired with.
Yeah.
But like if you take this to the Coco Vesa, my esteemed colleagues are going to pronounce that beer correctly. But
No, we won't.
Still I won't.
it's hard
Hell with
to
that.
it's hard to make that comparison, even though they're the same season type of beer. To be like this belongs in the same category as that one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I'll give mine too. I think that I don't know that it's what I expect from Taft's. I think Taft's kind of plays along the same lines as some of the bigger brewers in Ohio, where they play a little safe sometimes. And I think this beer is a safe beer. It has enough of what they say is in it: cinnamon, ginger, and vanilla, to where you could taste it, but not enough to where it makes this beer special in any way. The fact that it's an ale makes it a little more liquidy than like a little more viscous, I guess, than
Viscous.
I'd like. It's a Matt word I took from him.
Nice.
Excellent Scrabble word.
Yeah, yeah,
Triple pointer.
and it tastes in some sense a little watered down to me. I was really hoping for more of like a cookie batter type of thing, not thick batter,
Just
but like
in a
a
can.
sour, like a
Cookie
fruited
batter.
sour would give you kind of more of a like a smoothie style of mouthfeel. This one is just like water with a little bit of.
As an addendum, JT,
As
would
an
you
addendum.
just really want a tube of cookie dough with maybe a shot of beer?
That'd be
Like,
great.
Yeah,
That
just
would be
Hell
great.
yeah.
Like
Just
tube
it in
tube
your-
out the inside of the cookie.
What is
Do a
what
luge,
should a Christmas
Illusion,
beer be?
right?
Maybe we
That
should
would be
talk
really
about-
pretty awesome.
I
Actually.
mean, a guy can dream.
Maybe we should talk about what a Christmas beer should be.
That's not this.
I don't think
Yeah,
this
not
is
this.
it. But I'll hold my score. I'll reserve my score. But can art wise, we don't even really need to cover it. There is a Santa, and I think he's in a tub because of one of the big misconceptions about Taft was that he got stuck in a tub because he was too fat. I believe he got stuck in the tub not because he was too fat, but because he was out of shape and he couldn't get himself out. He wasn't stuck.
You just didn't have the upper body
According
strength
to some historian that told me the story, yeah, he just his knees were weak or something, because he was too
Knees
out of
weak,
shape.
arms heavy.
Yeah,
Mom
spaghetti on his sweater already,
Yeah.
or throw it, vomit,
We're
whatever.
gonna get DCMA for that.
Yeah,
No,
spaghetti.
we might
Spaghetti,
actually. I
spaghetti.
bet M&M's were like really on top of it. But yeah, so he just couldn't get up. I think it was, and it was like slippery water. They only bathed
The
every
worst
once in
kind
a
of
while.
water.
Yeah.
How dare
They didn't bathe all the
Slippery
time
water?
back in those
Hate it
days.
when that happens.
Like my dad tells the story as if like Taft was so fat that he like literally like one of the old '90s toys like Gak, it just got like stuck in there and rip
Ooze?
it out.
I know.
Ooze, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the
Okay.
case. I don't think. I think the tubs
Man.
were big enough to hold Howard Taft. And back then, like being fat was much different than today's being fat.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
He
it was,
was
a, sign,
probably
it was
like
a
a
sign
little-
of wealth.
He was
Sign of
probably a
maturity
little
status.
girthy. No, I mean just size wise. He was probably like a little overweight by today's standards.
Oh yeah.
And
Also
like,
that, yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, he was fat. He was so fat. And maybe he was. I mean, there's a picture of him on a horse.
I
And
think
it
he was
looks like that
310,
horse is-
305,
That's
310.
pretty big. That's pretty big, 310.
He's 5'2".
Yeah, 5'2".
Maybe.
That would be bad. He's fat then. Yeah, let's be honest here.
Roly poly.
Cho jeans.
There's a picture of him on a horse.
He's
and
on
it's
Jody
not
now.
good. Yeah, so Karen, that's all the can art we need to talk about there.
More
Alright,
vanilla in
next.
this beer than brownie points.
Oh god.
Yeah.
There was no.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I know wheat.
We were disappointed in brownie.
Yeah, that was a.
I'm getting a ginger for me. That's the.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ginger.
A lot
Yeah,
of ginger
a lot of
in
ginger.
here. I'm not getting much cinnamon or vanilla at all.
None. I don't
No,
taste
this is
any
like
of
this is a very forgettable beer, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll remember it
More
because we
thoughts?
were
that. I
here.
agree. Spills.
Well, that's true.
Steph's
You'll remember
dad.
because we were here. More
Spills
thoughts?
Spills that.
Phil's dead. Oh wow.
It's Phil's dad.
There's revelations today on the podcast.
It's like fucking Inception. Phil's
How
dad.
does that work?
Spider-Man memes.
I
Hello.
just knew we were brothers from another mother.
What are your thoughts, Steph?
Takes a real man to wear a pink hat, by the way.
It does.
Kudos.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that Cinderella?
Thank you. It's mortadella.
Yeah.
Mortadella.
Cinderella.
It was a birthday
Cheese?
gift, actually. It's cured meat.
Yeah, it's a sausage.
It's bologna with extra steps.
It's fancy
yeah.
bologna.
Yeah.
Bologna with
like
extra
pickle
stuff.
loaf.
Yes.
I like that. I like none of the things
Yeah.
you guys are talking
I
about.
love pickle loaf.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll
Olive
Cured-
loaf's pretty big.
I'll
cured
try a
meat.
pickle loaf.
Everything.
Yeah, any cured meat really is where it's at.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try it.
Taft definitely is one of those breweries that makes they're a brewery that makes beer for beer makers, I think. So people that
That's an interesting take. I feel like
all of their stuff is standards agreeing with what
Gavel banger's their big one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's their truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. It's definitely one of those ones where it's in my mind's eye, Taft's brewmaster just is homies with all the other Cincinnati breweries, considering there's 600 of them.
yeah, there's a
Right.
lot.
So that he just makes beer for his homies.
All right.
It's it might not be the greatest beer that they ever made, but when I think of Christmas cookies, I think of sugar cookies, and this is not that. It's somehow too spiced, but I can't get a specific flavor of the ginger or the vanilla.
I think it's
Looking
like a
for
spicy.
cinnamon.
I think that's what the ginger for me is.
Right.
It's it makes it spicy.
But it'll get drank. I mean,
It'll get
I'm
drank.
drinking it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be rude.
if it was thicker, more viscous,
Yeah, thicker, right?
maybe even higher ABV because
Cookie
6.2.
dough-ish.
Did you say?
I didn't say that. Thanks for saying that.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. That's what I'm here for.
All right.
But
So those are your thoughts?
yeah,
Phil, what you got?
Light, weak, very average.
Me too.
Not tasting any of those flavors except for the ginger. A little bit of the ginger, not too much of it. It doesn't really remind me of a Christmas ale whatsoever. I think a Blapple is closer to a Christmas ale in my mind.
wow.
And I'll tell you
That's
why.
almost hurtful.
Because what do people normally drink around Christmas season is apple cider, right?
True.
So I would expect more of those kinds of spices in
That's a
here.
good, yeah.
Rather than this.
Interesting take. Yeah.
And
Cider
but
spices.
to me, it's like
old wine.
to me, it's like a regular,
Or like a wassail.
kind of a pale ale, IPA, kind of light IPA thing, with some, spices thrown in to call it a Christmas ale, but really unspectacular otherwise. I would expect more from, I would just expect more because ale yeasts actually impart breadiness. So you taste a lot of kind of bread highlights or bread overtones when you have any kind of ale, and the way they brewed this kind of smothered that too. So you know, which would have helped on the cookie front, right?
sure.
You would have at least gotten some dough kind of overtones in it, which I don't even get that from. So kind of a, I don't know, straight up the middle single, unremarkable. I have my score already in mind.
Yeah, I have my score. We all have scores. You guys all scored up.
The beauty, as I'm checking this beer in and writing down my score, is I'm glad this beer isn't a home run because of the next beer. Like, if this would be like a palate wrecker or something like that, or be overly spiced, and like that lingers on the palate,
good
I think
point.
it would ruin what we're going to have next.
Great point.
True,
Yeah.
true. Man, you know, I think of our first year Advent calendar meeting and Decadence.
Oh, right.
I still
can't-
think of Decadence all the time. I still have that bottle up in my window in my office. That was like a that was a grand slam.
That'll never happen
Bottom
again.
of the ninth, you know, 2 outs, you know, 3-3 split of the teams. That was like
Yes.
all time.
The interesting
Paint
thing
a
is, I
picture.
found out I was
We're painting a picture.
I was going through my cellar today, and they change. It's not always a barley wine. So for their Decadence, the Decadence line for them is something that they do every year, but they pick a different type of beer.
Oh, really?
So I have a 2015 that unfortunately is probably going to be bad because it's not a barley wine. It's not something that should have been aged, but I just keep it because it's a Decadence. It's got that hallmark.
It's got that nostalgia feel to it.
100%. So I'll just keep that empty bottle and drool on it, knowing what's in there is absolutely dog shit.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
The trash.
What could have been?
Right?
Yeah.
Now, just to keep the conversation going, I personally want to enjoy Christmas ales more.
Yeah. I'm
not a huge fan of like Oktoberfests. What's
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else's opinion on that?
Yeah, I'm in exactly the same statement. I want to enjoy Christmas beers more. I want Christmas beers to give me the feeling of Christmas.
Yes.
You know, as an adult, and as your kid, even as the kids grow and you stop doing all the, like, you know, Elf on the Shelf and all the stuff that reminds you of Christmas, the beer could.
Yeah.
But
Could,
yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
could,
I don't really
absolutely.
care for Oktoberfest that much either.
I don't mind a good Oktoberfest beer.
Yeah.
But I don't mind a good beer.
Well, yeah.
Beer.
Valid. Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
as far
beer
as
could-
Christmas, well, this goes back to like when Great Lakes Christmas Ale came into the scene, and like everybody went nuts
Christmas
for that beer.
So that I was going to ask, would you drink a Christmas ale from Great Lakes over this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, see?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
That's got a nostalgia point for Ohioans,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. Very much so. But now where I'm at in my beer drinking game versus where I was when I came aware of Christmas Ale.
Yeah.
Christmas Ale is just kind of, it's just okay now.
Yeah.
But yes, there's a fondness or nostalgia to it that if somebody said, "Hey, you want one of these?" I'd be absolutely, I'll drink one of these.
Matt, you bring up a great point. I had the Christmas Ale this year. The Great Lakes Christmas Ale beats the crap out of this.
Yeah. Great Lakes on draft, you can't beat it. You really can't beat it.
The Christmas Ale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny that you bring up Oktoberfest because the very first thought I had when I drank this was, damn, that tastes like an Oktoberfest.
Interesting.
It's almost a brown ale kind of a flavor, you know, a little between an amber and a brown ale. It's
Yeah,
got
I
that
can
same.
see that.
I was thinking
It
of
tastes
that
like an
IPA
it tastes like an Oktoberfest with
Well,
some
that's a
spices
good
from it.
for as a Christmas one goes. That's like Sierra Nevada Celebration. That's another.
Yeah.
That is a pretty
That's
impressive
another-
beer
That's
for
a
the
home run.
holidays.
I-
Yeah.
That was
I've got a
last
taste
year.
of that
Yeah.
It was on last year.
Yeah, it was
so-
on last
That's
year.
a pretty impressive beer. For
It's a
the
good
holidays.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's a good beer for mass brews.
Yes,
Sierra
I
Nevada,
agree.
West Coast. Yeah.
This is my hit on Taft, which brings it back, is Taft's main recipe. They can just pick and throw
So it's like
a
a
couple
mother
of seasons.
sauce.
Yeah, exactly, a mother sauce. That's the best way to
That
put
is an
it.
excellent analogy.
For the longest time, for more local, Toxic did the same thing for the longest
yeah.
time, and again, it cuts costs or whatever,
Sure.
but you can still put out, and like you're saying, make product that other beer aficionados will care for. This just doesn't happen to be one, and if I can just bring it home, I don't know if I've had a 4.0 or higher from Taft. That space is a 5.0. I go down there every time, just hoping that I'm going to be inspired by what I have to drink, and it just I never am, and it's interesting though because JT and I say it from day one. We want to create conversation. This is a 5.0 conversation. Look at this. I mean, we're talking about how like a mother sauce or an Oktoberfest, the things that it elicits for everyone.
Right. Yep. Right. Well, Gavel Banger is the only thing I know from Taft. I've not had any of their other
I think
beers.
they have a collab with Frisch's Big Boy.
Oh, do they?
Tartar sauce?
Tartar sauce.
Tafter sauce. There's no way that's what it's called.
That would be awesome. Well,
Trademark that.
Trademark, yeah, TM.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure
Legally
where that was
binding.
going. That's good.
All right, Matt, you want to go with your score first?
Sure. I got all my thoughts out of the way. Off the top rope, a 3.0. It's just, it's not hateful. It's very pungent on that spice, not herbaceousness because that's two separate things. But it's there and then it's gone. Like somebody already said at the table, it's going to be forgettable.
Yep, it will be. I'm at a 2.75. I think this beer isn't that great, and I won't have it again. Won't buy it again. And I wouldn't order it if I went to Taft and had it on Taft.
Taft.
Yeah.
No, I'm fucked up. I won't have it on Taft
The
either.
P is
I
silent.
just will never have this beer again. But it's not it's not a pour out. It's just not good.
Right. Okay.
2.75 for me. Same. It's just not. You want it to be more, but it's not.
Yeah. Steph?
3 in a row, 2.75.
2.75.
That's,
Wow, look at that.
Wow. I can't.
It'll get drank. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
I'm almost done with it.
I'm almost exactly, but it's nothing that it says it is.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I wish it was more.
Yep.
Awesome.
Exactly.
2.5. I
2.5
can't believe I'm the
for
bottom.
Snow.
I'm the bottom dweller on this one, but
Yeah, that's all right.
2.5, man. I'm not going to
Cool,
drink it
man.
again. I'm going to not remember it.
I mean, we
Excellent.
killed the 6-pack minus one. I
Yeah,
guess.
we got
True.
one left.
But in 3 years, I'll still be talking about decadence, and I won't be talking about this.
So who is Decadence the beer or the brewery?
Alesmith.
No,
Alesmith.
Alesmith.
Okay.
is the-
I don't think I've had
Yeah.
them.
All right, so
Phenomenal.
JT, are you grabbing beer number 2?
Yeah.
Very
I'm gonna
expensive,
take
though.
this
That's like
moment,
20
Yeah,
continue to
please.
grab
for a
them.
bottle or something like that.
So on
drinking
episode,
it every
let's
day.
say episode
No,
237,
drink it.
the
twice
number
a week.
one fan
3 years.
of the pod,
Outside conversations later, please.
Oh.
yeah.
Just
We're being scolded, man.
I'm
The-
just
the
kidding,
number
just
one fan-
because
don't-
Matt's trying to get out.
Don't crack them yet. The number one fan, the number one producer, the number one supporter of the podcast gave us a beer, and I said,
Holy cow!
when we get back together, it's still carbonated, so you can still see. When we get back together, you're gonna have to drink this piece of shit that you gave us. So, Steph, you're gonna have to re-crack that. Hopefully, JT, you could just drink it from the bottle.
There's
So,
bottle.
I've got
all
bottle.
up here.
I've got bottle opener.
so just don't crash it down on the table. So, long story short, for those of you just listening for the Advent calendar, Steph bequeaths us a lot of beer.
Thank you.
And most of them are home
A lot
runs.
of it.
This one was not a home run, and it's so tough to, be like to shit on Goodwill or like Salvation Army when you're to look a gift horse in the mouth. This one, I'm gonna look the gift horse directly in the mouth and be like, this was not good.
Drink it.
And it wasn't. We weren't polarized. We were like, there's something
Something is wrong.
there's a
with this.
fungus or whatever. So
Something is wrong.
I recapped this beer. It wasn't a drain pour because I wanted Steph to experience
This is
it.
a first. Well, except
You
for
wouldn't
that
make
one
him
beer you
pour it
had
in
where
the-
the cork got busted off.
Yeah.
So this
That
is
beer that's
gonna be
probably.
So
close.
Steph, go through your process.
Do you want
Okay. If you don't mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
share with your dad.
Today's the day.
Hoof-hearted brewing.
Hoof-hearted Brewing.
Yeah.
Which
They're known to make some good stuff.
They've got
and
some bangers.
I've spoiled the advent calendar a little bit for myself, only because I've rifled through the things in my refrigerator. We have a Hoof-hearted in this year's advent calendar.
We do.
No, I just watched that. That's why that's got that fog in it. Or whatever.
You're good.
So you know.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this was picked up either, in 2022's build, or we have a family tradition of going to Barrel House for Black Friday. So either one of those times in 2022.
Wow, you go the 11th and Black Friday
Yes.
now every year. That's amazing.
Yes.
They're Novembers. Just lit.
It's something.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying barrel houses.
Yeah.
So this was cellared, and the longer it stayed in my cellar, the more I realized that it's probably not a cellarable beer. This is a mixed culture saison fermented in red wine barrels.
Oh my god.
So this is. I didn't expect to enjoy this already.
I raced you better than that.
Man, I love
His comments on the podcast were like, I kept it in optimal condition.
Right, yeah. That'll be the dub. You'll go back and make that the dub. I kept it in the
So there's still a little carbonate. We
So it's
recapped
still
this
fizzy.
immediately.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's so
I
fizzy.
mean, you guys drank this, what?
Episode
6 months ago?
Episode 237.
Actually 237?
Yeah, episode
Okay.
What's
287.
What's it? I'll look it up legitimately because I didn't
Oh
bring it.
man, that's a while ago. That's 22
Don't,
episodes
don't
ago.
drink so much that you get sick.
Yeah, I'm not
You
gonna
don't know
try
what's
to-
going on with that saison there.
Barrel House has
No.
a way of just like
What was
taking
it-
money
what was
from
the
me.
name of
It
this one?
is. I get it.
Maxi, JoJo, Corvette, some other bullshit.
Candy? Yeah, I didn't even check it in. I'll have to go.
didn't even check
No.
it.
Good lord. I think I just got like hate mail. Phil, there's a little bit left in there. If we
Thanks, but
can.
I'll.
This is trash. Try it.
I'm
Yeah, that's why I'm glad. I'm glad he didn't go and lean forward. I'm glad. So, anyways,
I'm holding out for the.
so while 2 generations of Stebs enjoy their just keep that on a coaster because you've been notified.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I got it.
Yep.
I can smell it
In the spirit,
this far away.
Oh yeah, no,
I'll coat
in
the
the
bar.
spirit
Holy
Towel.
cow.
of gifting terrible things
Here, let me smell it. I want to smell
Oh
it. at least.
no.
and
You
Actually,
should be able to pop. Yeah.
paying back
Here,
the
let me-
most generous guy, producer.
oh my god.
I've got a
Holy
vertical for
cow.
you. It's called partnership because we wouldn't be anything
Oh wow.
without a partnership, and you
What
are
in the world?
the
That-
partnership. Oh yeah, no, don't look at those styles. You can ask questions.
Appleback,
Wow.
Red IPA.
So
IPL?
in the spirit of what
Oh, it doesn't stop.
in the spirit of what Steb did to us, we JT
Damn,
and I just gifted him
Well, I mean,
a vertical
that thing.
of partnerships from Heavy Seas. There's a couple in there. So I'm going to one-up Steb. These were bottled in 2016.
Holy
Oh,
moly.
But look at the style of those beers.
Red IPA with Maine Brewing Company. Maine Beer Company, excuse
Now
me.
you know what a red IPA is.
Imperial Brown IPA from Stone. Hoppelbach from Trogs. Rye Wit from Terrapin. And IPL
Ooh,
from...
right, wit. That sounds good.
So
Sip
here's
on
a
it.
remarkable series of 5 beers that are well past their prime. And I can't wait for when you crack them and then go through the same thing that we went through on your beer. So thank you
Excellent.
very much. So
May
there's
I-
a vertical.
May I open with I just got the privilege or pleasure of doing the nose test. Phil is not going to taste this, but I can opine.
Opine.
I can opine
Yeah. Yeah.
on what the first notes smell like.
This is like
It's
like
vinegar.
you left.
It
You're
smells like
right. Yeah.
vinegar to me.
You left the apple cider in the refrigerator too long. It's exactly.
Exactly. It tastes like
Wow.
red wine, apple cider vinegar, with a little armpit ambiance.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
It's got some armpit ambiance in there,
Oh,
but
armpit.
good on you.
Chin, chin, chin.
Chin chin. Yeah.
Oh, excited to hear that, to see that reaction.
Fuck.
That is just vinegar in a glass, man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
At least we know what that tastes like now.
Yeah.
I've never had
Everything
So,
that I
No
hate
one,
about sours.
no one consciously woke up and said, "Man, I got the
Don't-
perfect
don't-
idea." For
Don't think we'll ever forget. Like
No,
I said,
it's-
we on the video we were like, we're gonna recap this, and Steb's gonna get it, and we're gonna make it.
Like instantaneously.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
man.
this is atrocious. Steph.
We never drink that little.
No,
Like
this
we
gives you a UTI.
Yeah.
Wow, damn, dude.
Yeah. No, this is what this does. There's a lot of
The
badness in
UTI.
this. This is a lot of badness.
And that takes a lot for a man.
Right. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in here.
Just start drinking cranberry juice now.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
The
There's-
flotsam and the jetsams
You
get
know, I
messed
got a
up
little
after you drink
excess.
this.
I got a little excess azo for you if you need it.
That is something.
Yeah, there's something.
It's something, all right.
This is so.
So it tastes every bit as it smells.
So yeah, don't let the. Thank you for being
Do
our
I have
number
to
one
finish
supporter.
this?
Oh
There's
my gosh.
Is that part of the deal? I have to
a
finish this.
absolute vertical of bangers for you.
Wow, it like burns a little bit too.
It burns a little bit. That's what you want in your beer. It burns a little bit.
Yeah, it
For a
burns.
5%.
Yeah, right. For a 5%, right?
Yeah, it's better to burn. It's better to burn up there than down there. I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
I think this is straight gasoline.
yeah, it's pretty
Might
close.
be.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, it's like
Because what we had a lambic or a creek last year, and it wasn't this bad. Even in the
yeah, you get
that
it's
sour
definitely yeah, it's
feel.
definitely like the jaw lock right there.
Oh yeah, you're getting all
I've,
of that.
I've got a couple of really old like that frambois
the
that you're
tans,
supposed to,
yeah.
It was bottled in 2013. It even says on the bottle Best Buy 2017, and we did it 2 months ago or whatever. It was completely it was completely muted. You expect like that fresh, that vibrance. There was nothing. It was like drinking an old book
Dead
in
beer.
a library.
This is a dead beer.
Nice.
Like
Beer could die. That's what it looks like.
yeah, it was like a card catalog, which then we explained to Steph what a card catalog.
Yeah,
was.
right. Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, right.
The what?
I've been to the Scholastics book fair every once in a while, so I know what that is.
Yeah,
We had a frambois last year in the Advent calendar.
we did.
We did.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot, Stephen. That's a lot.
Yeah, so he gave that.
Excuse me, Steph.
Yeah, so
I got the
well, no,
government
you can break out the full name. We will never do that. But it was interesting because he gives us bangers, and you're like, oh, this is going to be good, and we're like, recap this. This is a joke. He's laughing at us.
Yeah.
Him and his D20 cohorts.
I put
Exactly.
it in a time capsule, like dug a hole in my backyard.
You put this in a time capsule?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it was kept in optimal condition.
Optimal conditions.
Optimal conditions. That's
Optimal,
okay.
Yeah.
optimal.
All right.
Yeah, don't
let's
wreck
move
your
on.
palate.
Let's
Yeah.
move on.
Yes.
All right. The next one we got is Oskar Blues Barrel Aged TenFIDY 2020. This is the beer we've been saving. This is the
Sorry,
beer
that's my fault.
that.
Can I get a glass?
Yeah. I got glasses for everybody.
Yes, I would love a glass, please.
yeah,
Thank you,
here we go.
Stephen.
Oh yeah.
Would you take that?
No, I'm good.
You're not going to
You don't want
reuse
a
that
glass?
same glass?
Probably not. Thank you.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, it's questionable.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Is it pronounced Oskar? Oscar?
I pronounce it
Blues?
Oscar.
Oscar
Blues?
Oscar Blues, thank you.
All right. So this is what they describe as an amped up in flavor barrel aged beer. I think they use different bourbons each year. Do you happen to know the bourbon they use in 2020?
I don't.
Me neither. I couldn't find it, but I'm sure if I dig a little deeper, I could, and maybe I will while people talk. But it is. I believe it has some notes of. We'll just get in. Let's not.
There is
Change
now
our flavor. There's notes of things.
with the bourbon barrel series, it's an arms war now where these brewers are going and like offering more and more because it's become so in vogue in the last 5 years to do this that now it's a secondary market for all these bourbon purveyors because they're like, how much am I going to get these for these barrels that I wouldn't do anything
Yeah.
with?
Right. Oh,
And
yeah.
now all these brewers are like, I'm going to
that.
give you. So now if you can get like a Heaven's Hill or like something like that has a lot of gravitas to it, it adds more to your product. So, and the bourbon makers know this. So now they're charging an arm and a leg for these barrels.
For sure. So that's the intro to this. Let's crack this thing open and start, really getting into it. You guys ready? Everyone primed up? I heard a little tss. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I blew it.
It's all good. It's all good. No harm, no foul.
Oh,
Absolutely no fizz.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Oh my gosh, that's like
Mike, what does what all your caps say?
Black
Dayton
tar.
loves beer. Thank you, Barrel House.
I've got
So this was
a guy taking a shower.
again just for everyone's
life as a shorty
edification.
shouldn't be so rough.
Nice.
Mine's just I don't
that
know
is-
what it is.
Dayton loves beer is mine with the
This smells
Yeah.
like candy.
It's like some
This smells like
glasses,
candy to
maybe
me.
like
Turn
a,
of the
like a
century.
flight of something.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Dayton loves beer.
look at that pour, just straight motor oil.
Yeah, this is a dark beer here. This
Yeah,
is
it
a dark
is.
beer. It's got, what did you call that stuff that's on the side of the glass there?
Legs.
Legs.
Legs. It's got legs.
Glycerin. Look at the head on that. The head's not even white.
Right.
The head's dark. Wow.
I'm
Thank
excited.
you, Barrel House,
Yes,
once
I'm
again,
excited for this.
for everything you've done for us, our group, and especially when you see these labels, everyone, that means it came out of their tap, and they hand poured all these for us as part of their selection process.
That's the biggest reason why we have to deconflict because they bring an extra person just to come in.
There's an extra staff member.
There's an extra
Wow.
staff member on the
Just
clock
to help.
just to help
That's pretty
cap
impressive.
all these.
Because what we've got, at least half of the beers are.
We always give them a
Shorty
higher
beers.
percentage because they pull a higher percentage off their shorty, which is good because like
Yeah.
AleSmith Decadence was a shorty. Like that wasn't original packaging. That was just a keg that they had in the back that they just happened to.
Yeah, we
They have a better inventory system than that. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
just what are we gonna do?
Right.
It's my
We
Sarah
just-
impression.
yeah.
What are we gonna do?
She'll watch this. So that's
shucks.
not good.
Oh. It's like
Jeez.
Johnny
So I almost don't.
Johnny,
I don't want to drink it. I don't want it to last
What are we
forever.
gonna
Oh
do?
yeah, this is gonna be chewy.
So this is a 12.5% claimed ABV. I guess that would be to the keg. That
Yeah,
would
I
be
don't-
12.5 to the keg, but it's probably more than that.
do stouts bottle condition?
Yes.
So like 120-minute bottle conditions.
Right.
I didn't know if stouts bottle condition. So that was going to be my question first, Phil.
Yep, they do.
I'd assume it depends on
Well,
the ABV, right?
They do. Well, it actually doesn't. Not really.
Just
Actually,
any of
they'll,
them?
yeah,
Oh,
they'll continue to settle over time, and they get better and better with age, until a certain point. Obviously, until they reach a certain point where they.
So I know the
because
flavors.
the chemistry isn't there anymore. They
Right.
can't react anymore.
That's
They
right.
throw the
That's
sugars.
right. It'll continue tertiary fermentation, and
There it
you'll-
was.
you'll con-
Tertiary. There it
yeah,
was.
You'll get to.
yeah.
Primary,
Include-
secondary, tertiary.
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
right.
That one.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. That's right.
That's right.
And the
Like
flavors will
band
continue
Thrice.
to integrate. So.
Thrice.
Thrice.
Great
That would
band.
be my dream for a advent calendar way in the future. Like, once we get better in our cellaring programs or whatever, is just to do verticals. To do like 4 or 5 verticals.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, just to
Holy
like
crap.
compare them. I mean, it would be like.
That would be great.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, we could do that. Probably it'd probably be like BCBS or something, right? Because they're accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do it.
Consistent yearly thing. Yeah,
Wow.
but, wow. Yeah.
All right, who's got thoughts? Let's
I
get
haven't
some
even
thoughts
tasted
out
it
there.
yet. I've just
Got a
been like,
shitload of thoughts, but
Come on.
I think the smell doesn't do the beer justice. You have to taste it because the smell, it has. I'll be honest. The smell is typical. The nose is typical of this style, but the taste is much different. I think I need to keep diving in. And I think I do think that maybe warming it up will make it
I'm
more
with you.
flavorful.
I'm
This-
trying to not drink as much.
Yeah.
I think this is the one where it's got to be warmed up.
it
As
is.
much?
it's a stout, guys. That's the way it is.
I
Listen,
understand that, but
there are
like,
stouts that are better cold.
Ours have been out.
not-
man, mine's been out since last night. I mean, you're welcome to take a
yeah.
glance. off
Mine's
of that,
warming
so
up. We're good. Yeah. My hands are
Yes.
warm.
A warm one?
Just put your finger in this one.
Sorry,
Oh, wow.
Scott, I
That is-
chilled yours.
Give me some nose
Oh,
grease
yeah.
on there,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Okay, so now compare.
Nose grease.
Go back and forth. That's fine. Stick your. I don't think you.
Oh yeah, that's much better. It's much better warmed up.
It's a different beer.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's 100%.
It's a totally different beer, cold.
Holy buckets. Okay, so now
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I've been ridiculed by people a lot smarter than I am when it comes to beer about. Because JT and I are 100% in agreement, groupthink, whatever. Beer is meant to be drank cold. That's why we couldn't go to some places in Europe or Japan or whatever where they serve it.
Most, I would agree. Most.
General
This
rule.
is the only thing I would disagree on. Just
general rule of thought.
high stout.
Yeah.
General rule of thought. The lighter the beer, the colder you want it. The darker the beer, the warmer you want it. And that's generally how it goes. So
I want stupid rules like that. Like, that's a good rule of
Well, all
thumb.
right.
Like,
So
that-
should we
I
heat
believe
this
that
beer
to
up?
be
You guys
true.
wanna
I mean,
heat it up?
there's
Well,
nothing.
microwave.
An ice cold
The
Miller High Life in
microwave.
the summertime is way
Hey,
better
we
than
should
like
heat this
a room
up.
temperature Miller High
At
Life
a
in the
certain
summertime.
point, we
Right.
go
the same
higher
token.
than room temperature.
when you go to Dublin and you go to the Dublin Inn or
you
someplace
go.
like that, and they serve, stout
Yeah.
on tap, it'll be room temperature, and you'll taste every single flavor in there. So as you get down to porters, then you get down to like IPAs, it'll be cooler and cooler and cooler. There's definitely the
Porters
temperature.
are great cold. I
Yeah.
like porters cold. I'm just saying.
That's fine. I mean, everyone has their own preferences.
Is
but,
it? Yeah, and
but
this
the
is
way
where
the way it's served, globally,
Traditionally,
worldwide,
yeah.
it's tipped. That's the scale. It's
Oh
tipped.
yeah. I'm not arguing with that.
In my untrained,
No, we're experts.
Tastes.
We're experts in here.
in my expert level
There we go.
taste buds,
Thank you.
I can't discern the taste between something that's 55 degrees and something that's 50 or 45 degrees.
No, your tongue's not the thermometer. It's the adjuncts and the esters and everything
Yeah, that's
like
right.
that wake
That's
up.
right.
Interesting.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay. All right. I'll shut up.
No. It's just a good point for other people. So I'm always of the opinion, and it sounds like a beer should taste the same, and I'm going to be wrong, and that's fine. Like, ketchup is a children's condiment. I'm wrong on a lot of things. Flights are for idiots. But
he's saying he's wrong because he knows he's wrong.
He's drunk on a lot of things he knows are wrong.
Ketchup's great on
Right.
fries.
No, he's
lot
putting
of
a
the
lot
beers-
of personality in this comment. Yeah.
a lot of the
He's going all in.
standard stout, Hallmark stouts that you're after, to me, are bangers at 42, 43 degrees. This beer feels like it needs to be woken up. Like you said, it's a completely different beer. We had one that was chilled and one that's been room temperature for 24 hours. For me, that's tough because I want everything to be kept in the same area. Mm-hmm. I don't pull anything from my cellar and go, I'm just going to drink it immediately. Mm-hmm. This beer feels like it should be just pulled from a cellar and drank immediately and not chilled. And for me, that's a tough thing to...
All of our beers for the Advent calendar are basement temp for me. I don't have them in a fridge or anything. They're just sitting in the basement. So
Interesting.
Trying to keep it constant. And that's worked on a lot of them, but it has also not worked on a few of them.
Yeah.
I can imagine, first couple days worth of beers would have been...
Game Ball was a Game Ball Street Side?
Yesterday.
Yeah, that's a fridge beer all the way. That has to be in a refrigerator.
That needs to be damn near ice cold.
Yeah, I did put that in a
for what it
refrigerator.
is, yeah.
I will admit to that. But most everything
would
else
agree.
has been stellar beer.
Phil, did you have Game Ball?
I did. I just did it last night.
Is it Mick Golden Light? It's a craft Mick Golden Light. Yes, no? Because you've had Mick Golden Light. I mean, from where you're from and everything like that.
Yeah, I liked it better than that. Great example. Great example. And we have, in my opinion, and you saw, I don't know, actually, I sent it to you, but I don't know if you got it.
Yeah,
because of my
it
screwed
kept
up
spinning
thing.
and saying it was uploading.
I think Golden Ales are highly underrated, and they're not marketed nearly enough. You don't see that many on the market.
No.
But it was a great example. I gave it a 4 or 5. That was one of my highest ratings. It was a great example of a golden ale.
I gave it a 4.0, but a lot of that was is a nostalgia because of the attachment to a Primo or a Mick Golden Light. It's what I drink when I go home. Is that Chunkle? Are you bringing up a Chunkle review?
That's my review to Stephen
Okay.
yesterday. As I pointed out, Street Side has nailed Miller High Life. They nailed it. They nailed Miller High Life, and I don't mean that in a disparaging way because I like Miller High Life.
Yeah.
I gave it a 3.25, and it was purely based on the fact of price point. I'm guessing 4 of those Street Sides or 6 of those Street Sides, I could get a case of Miller High Life for, and get the same effect. It's 5%. I'm not going to get any better or any worse off of that. And I love Miller High Life, so don't mistake what I'm saying. Street Side beer is great.
It's interesting,
but it wasn't anything remarkable.
It's interesting because he draws it the same way. So, if you're going after taste and effect, it's the same taste. Mm-hmm. Why not go for quantity? If the quality that your palate perceives is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't see it that way at all. I would not put that in the same category with Miller High Life at any day of the year, any time. There was a lot more complexity in there that I was tasting across the palate as I was drinking it. I had a predisposition going into that I wasn't going to like it because I saw that they cut it with wheat and they cut it with honey, and I thought, I'm not a real Hefe guy. I don't really like Hefeweizens or whatever. So when I saw the barley was cut with that, I was thinking, I'm not going to like this beer.
Where are you talking about?
He says honey. That's nectar protector.
Yeah, nectar protector.
Oh, nectar protector.
Honey.
So
That one I gave a higher score to.
I think I gave that one a higher score as well.
Sorry, I got conflated.
You guys got the honey and the nectar protector?
I got it.
Oh, yeah.
I think it
came as sweetness to me.
Exactly.
It came as a hop killer. It came as that resin.
Exactly.
It's stable
like a stevia,
and on the
almost,
finish, and on the long sugary finish on it.
Yeah.
That was all honey.
I think that Dippa, it was a DDH Dippa,
right,
came off as a New England IPA because of all the flavors. It was, anyway, you can watch my video if you want to know what I said about it. But the Game Ball, I actually gave a 3.2. I didn't think it. I thought it was my comments on that were similar. It's just like I don't think you can get this beer higher than that.
Right.
So I think that it's what do they call that? A sliding scale.
Right.
You know, it's like this is a 5 for this beer, but it's a 3 in beer world.
It's it was a Craft McGolden.
It's
That's
like
why
you did fine. Yeah, exactly. You did fine. You did the
Trey
best
and
you
I
could
called
with
it
this beer.
Cincinnati's Trotwood.
Oh, all
Right,
So
you did.
everyone-
That's a
Whoa!
valid point.
Something.
No, that's a valid point. That's kind of what it is. And I'm a fan
But
of
that's how I
Trotwood
feel
too.
about Street Side as a whole. Is that
No.
they do a lot of for the mass consumer, like Warped Wing does with the
Absolutely.
Trotwood.
For sure.
So Warped Wing's like like you mentioned before, Taft might brew for the brewer. Warped Wing, I think, brews for the mass consumer.
Like
I agree.
Well,
100%.
Not the guy sitting here in the carriage house thinking wanting to pick apart the taste. So I feel Street Side does.
I
the
agree.
same
Oh,
thing.
I agree with you.
Trotwood is 54% of their
Huh?
I
portfolio.
thought you were done.
No,
I believe
got
it.
a whole
I love
bunch.
Trotwood.
That one beer.
I'm a big fan of
I'm afraid to
Trotwood.
set this down.
I'm trying to think of some of the. Some of their others are just okay. Yeah, but Trotwood for me kind of stands out. I don't know because just some of the hallmarks that they've put towards it. Why they named it Trotwood, the camper that
yeah, I
used
mean,
to
I
be
can
on the
appreciate
can.
that.
I
can
appreciate
appreciate
all
that.
of that. I appreciate.
Oh
that.
yeah, no offense to Trotwood.
No, absolutely.
I think
not.
it's a good standard beer for the masses.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. I don't think we'll sit here and pick it apart.
No, I'll
Trotwood Lime, though?
much like many people did. I think I bought into the
I
notion
haven't
that
had
Warped
it.
Wing was going to be like the thing, which
It
I
is,
think
kinda.
they well, it is
It's
kind of,
Dane's
but
Brewery.
well, to some. But-
yeah, I know.
yeah.
I'm not saying
you guys are in
I'm not
agreement
saying
more
that's
than
my
what I'm
comment.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we agree.
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
You guys agree. I'm
just
the
saying what
outlier
I
on
think.
it.
Considering Toxic was what the original
It's
brewer
the
of Dayton,
very
yeah.
first one.
and I don't think they get near the love. I think they've come around in years, but I don't think they get near the love that
The free
that
popcorn
Warped
helps.
It doesn't hurt,
I thought
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
Free
they were
vittles
like.
are free vittles.
Yes, right. Yes, free vittles are free vittles.
I mean,
Precisely.
they were
Again,
like
I raised you well.
DBC for the longest time when DBC was on Dorothy or whatever road that was for the longest time. You
Ooh,
went in there,
Dorothy,
and
yeah.
you would get a flight,
That's true.
and
Yeah,
all
Dorothy.
6 beers would taste the same. Again, you know, they're you got to work it out.
Also, you
gotta
Dora
work
just
out their
bought the same
kinks.
taps then? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
that's all it was. It's
Yeah,
like, man,
Dora's
these are all
just not-
different, but man, these are all. So Warped Wing just had a lot more oomph behind their beginning. So that's why
they had
could
a
explore.
lot of more oomph, I
Yeah,
think.
with John and everything
Yeah,
like that.
right.
But you know, other people started out smaller. I think we're all trying to buy this beer more time. You know, we're
Probably.
caressing
I'm like,
it. and
yeah,
stuff
we
like
never
Yeah,
bought
no,
it.
I'm-
Yeah,
Again,
putting it under my
to-
shirt.
here's-
conversation.
cold versus warm.
Tuck it
The
really
effervescence
this beer
and-
warm.
of the cold, I think, gives it a whole different vibe.
Yeah,
A whole different vibe.
I've never had.
It's a fizzy stout, obviously, when it's cold.
It is.
Huh.
Yeah,
Which
try
is
cold.
not bad. I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way.
Sure.
I've never had
Cooties,
a stout, and I've
I
done
took
a
a shower.
couple where they're side by
Yeah,
side,
so-
where there's
with your
such
mouth?
a taste discrepancy
I don't-
from
neither
wash
of
the
us
shower
room
water in my
temperature
mouth.
to cold.
I do that.
But to his
When I was
point
a kid.
earlier, I've
put
always
shower
felt
water in your
that,
mouth?
and I
That's
never
a
thought I would
smart
feel this
idea.
way until I
You don't
started
like shower
drinking
water
beer
in your
more and
mouth?
getting into it a little bit more.
You know,
The
The longer a beer
Not
sits, like a wine
Yeah,
or a bourbon,
does. Later.
the better it gets. And I think some
It's more sharp when
IPAs,
it's cold.
the longer they sit around, the better they get.
Interesting.
Probably more of like the hazy or the East Coast versus the West Coast ones, because I'm not a huge West Coast guy.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
But
I know. We
I'm
have
the minority in
We have a
this.
lot of shared opinions here.
the juicy ones, I think, when they sit around a little longer, get a little funkier, maybe, or I don't know what that word is. Maybe not the right word. I like an IPA if it sits around a little bit. Obviously, if a stout sits around, I'm there all day.
Totally different
I'm
beer.
totally
It's
fine
so
with a
good.
stout sitting around.
It's more sharp.
Isn't that like how you're supposed to
don't
gauge
say
a beer, how good it is,
you're
like by the suds rings as they go down the glass?
Yeah,
like,
the lacing.
Oh,
Yeah.
And this brings
Because
out the
yeah,
layers.
like you guys are talking about legs.
all the
Yeah.
layers
What
come
I
up to the surface.
what I
and
you know,
But
it's
you
like
get
lacing
none
your
here.
mouth. Yeah, like
Very
you
little.
know, that's how
So
you know it's a
good.
clean glass because
Yeah.
the lacing holds on. If it was dirt or whatever, it would just
You want to
Well,
see
that's a real
that.
good compliment because I
That's
came out here
phenomenal.
this morning
Oh
and
my
washed
God,
them all
phenomenal.
because
Oh my God.
some of them, it's been a while since they got used and they
Sure.
had dust on them, and I was like, I don't want that to be the case. So I washed every glass this morning.
You did a good
They're
job.
all clean. Mine doesn't have that, so mine must be dirty.
This beer, however, smelled different than it tasted. Somebody said that earlier.
Yeah, I
And
said that was my
The
first
yeah,
smell
that's-
is not.
the smell is not
just
the
the
Smell
taste.
has a standard.
It's,
like,
it's almost
stout-
candy
stout
caramel,
smell.
caramelly a little bit. I got a little
Yeah, I can
caramel
see
out of
that.
that a little bit in the
Yeah.
smell.
But the flavor's much
Oh
greater
my
than
god!
the smell.
This,
Yeah.
if this was Avery the other day, I would have given this like a 5.5 plus.
Ooh, 5.5.
But that's not what Avery Tweet got the other day. This is amazing. This is what a stout should be right here. Right
Yep.
here, right,
So
right
so
here.
this is
right here.
so I just want the conversation. I think we picked the right beer for this.
I agree.
Obviously by the
Absolutely.
conversation.
Absolutely.
So, going back, obviously Decadence is, to me, that's still number one for this day's event.
It won't be beat.
No.
How do you beat it?
Okay.
That's a unicorn.
Is there
That was
something better than a home
phenomenal.
run?
Yeah,
Grand
Grand
Slam.
Slam.
Grand Slam. Well, I said Grand Slam, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, yada yada.
So let's just go back to last year's then. Comparing that to the brewery, I can't even remember. It was what, a imperial honey brown ale or some crap like that.
But
I very much enjoyed it.
Would you honey? Would you honey was the name
exactly.
of it. Yeah,
Would you, honey?
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Is this better than last year's?
Yeah,
Oh, last year's I thought we all agreed wasn't phenomenal.
it was great.
I
but it was,
couldn't even tell you right now, gun to my. I couldn't even tell you what
Yeah.
beer it was last year.
Without finding it on Untapped, what did you rate that last year's beer?
I don't. What was it?
Would you honey?
Would you honey?
And
Last year's extravaganza beer, we did
Last
that.
year's the beer we
I
did.
thought we did
here.
that.
See, we don't know.
No,
We
it
did
was,
that
no, it was
for-
Would you honey?
Oh, was
was.
it?
Yep.
I have Chunkle Mark's review.
I thought we did that.
Oh, let's push pin that till we need to get the Chunkle Mark.
Yeah,
Um,
let's get to, hold on.
so-
Well,
I
I can
There's
almost,
a novel here, but
Well, I can give you.
'Cause it's so
I can give you
fucking
Chunkle Mark. I can
hilarious.
give you Chunkle Mark's review. This is a 2.0
this
beer
is
for him.
trash. This
Yeah.
is toilet water.
Yeah,
from
this is
Chunkle.
a 2.0 beer for him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chunkle Mark is not a dark beer
No,
enjoyer.
he is like headlong into the hoppy.
So
like,
you're-
like Voodoo Ranger. How Voodoo Ranger, like first generation
I thought
Voodoo
this is
Ranger,
what
was
we
just
did
like
last
sucking
year.
on a pine cone.
The 3 font, yeah.
This is what we did last year. Would you, honey? That was in a can, wasn't it? That was
No,
like.
That was a
no.
bottle?
Would you honey
Oh,
was
was
in a bottle. And that's what we
This
did
is
on
why
this day.
I have the original list and the emails I sent you guys. So
Wood ya honey. WOOD.
I set
Wood ya
I set
honey.
the order last year, so I remember.
He remembers.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
so
All right, well, that's all we need.
AleSmith Decadence is always going to be number one. It's
Okay.
going to be tough to beat that one.
Okay.
That's going to be like if we ever get JT on camera with 2 levies, which is, I mean.
Well, I
it's
don't
just-
make it, so it's over.
This conversation is dead.
4.75 from the two of you. 2.75 from Mikey.
For
What did I
what?
give
For
it?
Wood ya honey.
What did I give it?
4.75.
4.75?
You actually checked that beer in.
Oh, sweet.
So thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
You're welcome, guys.
That's why I did my beer year in review, and I was like, yeah, because JT, the stats that they have for Untapped this year are unparalleled, like the
Okay.
graphics and everything.
I'll have
So
to- I'll have to look
go
into
check
that.
it out if you
I'll have to
actually check your stuff in
Must have got a
Untapped.
new developer on staff.
It looks like NES graphics, which is why
Oh, right. Okay.
Battletoads graphics.
Toads.
JT's aggressively trying to warm up his beer. Like
Everyone's
his,
like really like
massive
I
hands.
feel like I'm being like attacked personally. So I'm gonna.
no,
warm
that's
this
why
beer up.
I drink it like
Sorry
a fucking.
for cooling your beer.
You're good.
I drink it from.
You're good, JT.
We'll warm this up. You
It's
want me to
fine.
microwave it for you?
So
I'll get the Keurig going.
No,
We'll pour
that'll
through the
kill it.
Keurig.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do not ever like
what are the most Steph? What are the most 3 memorable beers
Ooh.
from the last 3 thus far? Because we're still going in our
Last
third.
3 years
Oh, wow.
worth?
Yeah,
The
so
3 most memorable beers from the last 3
because
years.
I know we're going to be the similar
Yeah,
on 2
we'll
of
have,
them.
Yeah, we'll have 2 of them.
Decadence for sure.
Yep.
That's
Does it?
2 other memorable beers.
Yes.
Memorable. They don't have to be amazing, but memorable.
The coffee sour.
100%.
thing?
So he's with us.
Yeah,
That's
we
why
got
he's the
that
number
one
one
too,
listener.
yeah.
Because you would have put Tripping Animals in that first
Yeah.
one. That was
Coffee.
day 3 of
That
last
doesn't
year.
even sound right.
Dude,
None of those words make
Something
sense.
about it.
Right,
It
they
just,
don't.
It did it
They
right.
all
turned us
that.
on to that brewery. Tripping
Tripping
Animals.
Animals.
Tripping Animals was huge. That
Yeah,
was
see?
the-
Okay.
That was in my top.
Spells right with
that was
us,
in my
right?
top 3.
All right.
After that, it was really we're all in the same.
I'll tell you what my third one is. That
the third?
the one at least that comes to my mind that I just
Yeah.
thought was phenomenal that I never thought I would like. It was a sour. It was the purple smoothie. What the hell was the name of that one?
Was it that stupid purple drink? I know we did that in the
It was-
podcast.
it was-
Not purple Gotti.
Not
no.
Blur Bugatti.
No, it was
You guys
the
hated that.
it was the smoothie sour, and I just looked at it last night because I
should've
had
brought the
last year's
list.
up on my wall still.
Speaking
It
of
was probably
sour,
450, right? It had to be.
It had
That Drecker this year was
Chonk?
magic.
Awesome.
Chonk was
Oh,
insane.
Chonk was
I
I'm
would
glad
say-
Chonk was
I would
insane.
never consciously go and pick that off the shelf.
I
I
don't
would
me
never
either.
do that.
Same.
That's
Not a
the whole
sour
point of this
guy
thing.
and not
That's
a
the
fruit
whole
guy.
point of this.
I'm so glad we did that on the mothership.
Oh, you guys.
Oh my God, you guys! You did a good one on that.
That was a good one.
That, kinda
That was
changed
a
my
great
life. I'm like,
choice.
wow, I could drink this.
That was a luck because we only picked one beer for the day, and the rest
know
of
what?
them are all picked by.
That beer had everything in it that I don't typically like.
Yeah.
And I thought that was off the charts.
Yep.
It was off the charts.
It was so good.
Maybe,
It was.
maybe that Chonk will be up in
High
the top
marks
3.
to
But
Drecker,
yeah, so
man.
we're all this for those that decadence and that coffee sour. You're
I'm
like,
sorry.
this-
Yeah, we got one more, Stephen.
The coffee
not gonna
sour.
work.
Yeah.
I'm
The tripping
I'm
animals.
cheating. I'm looking at last year's.
No, just look. I don't care. Like again,
Look,
we're
man.
just-
Without completely spending the next 30 minutes.
I should have brought a fucking
It's
barley
almost
wine.
it's the other barrel house beer that we did. The other like collab beer that they have.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
so we
did a
saw the
collab
collab
with,
beer.
Oh, is that like
That's
pastry-
Christmas Eve.
The pastry one? Is that the
last year
no,
they did
that's a
the
street
pastry
side.
stout.
Is that a street
It's
side?
right.
yeah,
That's
interstate
right. Yeah.
pastry
Yeah,
stout or
that's
some shit
that
like
pastry
that.
stout, yeah.
Pastry stout.
Yeah. it
Interstate
was.
pastry stout, but
Yeah.
this year's is Listerman
I
Oh,
remember
this
cookies
year's
and cream.
Listerman? Last year was
Cream.
Listerman too. That
Yeah,
interstate one was Listerman.
Wu-Tang.
too.
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
Woo.
She
Wu-Tang.
Sarah personally built that beer, so like
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
she's
I'm
gonna be
excited
watching
to
it.
try it.
Out shout Sarah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
All right.
What we did?
Is that the last beer? Because Bavik,
To my knowledge,
that's going to be the biggest discrepancy.
Was it last year that we drank the
That
like the
Bavik is gonna be
Italian
odd.
Pilsner
Yeah.
at our house?
Yep,
That was a good one, too.
Oxbow, I think.
That was a good one. I like that one.
That was
for
earlier
Pils.
in the month. That was in the single digits.
It was no, it
7th,
was
8th? No, it was deeper. Because
was-
I thought I
It
had
was
that with
Christmas
Chuggalos and
Eve
Happy.
or
it
cocktail
was
party.
cocktail party. So
Cocktail
that would have
party.
been third week in December.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the
Quick
list.
break.
All right.
That was a
break
good
it up.
one.
No,
Break it up. Break it out.
Hot damn, I am wrong. It's the 21st is cookies and cream.
I know it's not Christmas Eve because the Bavik is going to be that Vit.
Bavik is the 22nd. This is all.
No, that's fine. Again, it's all conversation. I'm impressed by JT. JT has literally had barely any of his beer. He's just aggressive, and I'm
I know.
I'm
I
gonna
would
be
have
almost
drank
done.
it cold. You know, I would have.
A double holiday whippa is Christmas Eve.
Double holiday whippa. All right.
Wow.
Another IPA.
I feel like
And
you're
a West
I
Coast.
feel like you're disappointed with the amount of IPA.
I'm way disappointed.
There's
with the
too
amount of
many.
money. Come on.
I agree, and
Listen.
I don't dislike IPAs.
Yeah, as an IPA enjoyer, I feel like it's
Right.
a little higher.
Let-
It's a high.
Well,
It's a
let's
high
be
ratio.
honest.
I
It's a high
went into
ratio.
why that happened multiple times
Yeah.
on the mothership on a personal episode. Like,
Let's be honest. The
Is that
diversity
bit-
that you can have within the flavor profiles of an IPA are too constrained.
Yeah, I agree.
As far
You don't get a
other
variety.
stouts, porters,
Adjuncts
sours,
can't do what they
even
need to.
saisons and other things like that. You can just have far more diversity, far more conversation, just far more experimental, first time type of things
It's
than you can with. Okay, we got a
Tastes like a
Whippa,
funky
we
wet
got
farm
a
blanket.
New England, we got a regular IPA, we got Dippas, Trippas, double dry hop, whatever. They're still constrained in this like zone of IPAs of hops. I'm disappointed with the amount of
Wow.
but it's not no one's fault. That I like that.
Well, no,
they're-
as a
they're
populace.
they're curated beers, so it's like, yeah, it's not like I'm like disappointed in a person for picking them. Not at all. I love that Barrel House did that. I'm just like, you know, I think the Advent calendar is the most likely time I'll try something
For
outside
sure.
of my comfort zone and like totally like new and unheard of. Like the coffee sour. The problem with the coffee sour is that it set the bar
Oh yeah.
for
Oh,
trying
wow.
something totally absurdly new.
Yep.
That's what I expected every single calendar. Now.
Sure.
did Tripping Animals shoot their shot? Because I don't see them at Pat's.
Oh, Tripping Animals has an entire shelf at Barrel House now.
Yeah,
all
so-
bottles too.
Yeah, at Barrel House, but like outside of that, like I don't see them like Raw. I see Raw.
Do they
out-
self-distro or are they through a distribution?
Well, they're out of
service?
Florida, so they've got.
they've got a
Tripping
sister.
Animals might have been a casualty of 450 North's proliferation
That is
because
true.
they both came around at the same time and they're both very expensive.
Yeah.
And I think 450 had so much hype and backed up hype.
The last
That-
time I've been at DLM, Tripping Animals has been there.
It's been there. Oh, okay.
Okay, so
That's
somebody's got a good
Tripping
sense of
Animals
DLM.
is
Could
coming
be,
up. That's
it
good.
could be
I-
there.
They're smart buyer at DLM.
I remember them, and again, they're my
Shout
number
out
two.
DLM.
but I'm always going to go with a raw or a 450 before that.
Right. Well, I'm starting to think maybe I need to go back and try.
I need to stop sleeping on tripping animals.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay.
I've probably had less than.
But again, it's that price point. You know, there's
Well,
not a lot of people that are willing to spend $32 to $40 for a 4-pack.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
not willing to spend that much on something that might suck.
Right.
If I know it's going to be damn good beer, I'll spend it.
And I have all due respect for the people who, I mean, it's their craft.
It's their craft. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But you're charging a premium for your craft.
yeah,
huge premium.
Especially
yeah.
like
you're
we
putting
like-
your sweat equity into
A
it.
huge
and that's tough to
Oh,
buy.
shit.
That's
You know,
tough to
let's-
buy.
Let's face it. Let's just be honest,
I'm not
right?
in that tax bracket yet.
We
Me
would
either.
not. I'm going to speak for everyone, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm totally cool with that. We would not.
You're wrong.
None of us would have
Wrong.
picked Tripping Animals because of that price point. We got that. We got Tripping Animals because Barrel House put that in the mix for us.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Same
Right.
with RAR. You know,
Yeah,
they
right.
put
Same
us
with
on
RAR.
a RAR.
Same
Yeah.
with RAR. Yeah.
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 So-
Most people aren't buying these 4-packs with sharing in mind either.
Yeah.
Which it
Valid.
helps me spend $32 to $40 on a 4-pack
you know
because I know I'm going to give one to
mileage.
Matt. Maybe you'll be involved. Still might get one.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's easy because I'll share it, and if I hate it, at least I'll have some help hating.
Well, that's kind of how we did the Hubbard's Cave. You brought that
Yeah,
Hubbard's
Hubbard's
to that.
Cave.
Yeah, Hubbard's. We
Hubbard's,
brought,
Yeah, but who's going to buy a 4-pack for $100?
So we don't
Nobody.
see that.
$100
many.
bucks? No.
Exactly.
So,
right.
so Hubbard's Cave is available all the time in Minnesota. So
Really?
like I
That's
have
true.
a couple of their
Yeah.
barley wines. Like you
'Cause
would
they're in
order it.
Chicagoland, yeah.
Oh my god! But it's crap. Like I've shown him. It's just a label, black or
Right.
white label,
Yeah.
and the opposite is text. That's it. There's no
That's
graphics. It's,
Right.
That's
you
it.
can't.
Right.
It might as well
There
just say
was-
fucking beer on it.
Might as well say
They're-
German chocolate cake.
Un-
Greatest
Hubbard-
beer I've ever had.
unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Hubbard's Cave is damn near. I mean,
It's excellent beer.
we can't put. I haven't seen any of their stuff outside of a
Pot de
bomber,
creme is pretty good. Double
Pot de
chocolate
creme.
brownies pretty
Hubbard's
good.
Cave had some pints at Barrel House.
They
Their
also
beers
have-
Oh,
are
their
phenomenal.
stack? Is it their pancake stack?
They do
or
a
whatever?
pancake
They do
stack.
pancake stack. They do their
And they've
hornet
got
milk.
milk of the murder hornets.
Murder hornet,
excuse
right,
me.
yeah.
It's the IPA.
Right.
But it's like
And they're out of Chicago?
Chicago. So it's Una Annie.
That's your home.
I've never even
Is-
seen it at Binny's. Never
Is
seen it at
the
Binny's.
like it's
Maybe
like
I-
the parent brewer,
Mhm.
and they make the sours and things like that.
We have a Chicago guy in the room.
Hubbard's
I-
Cave
I
makes the
have had it at
IPAs and
Barrel House.
stouts.
Right.
But I just
What do
I
you want
have
me to
I
say?
need you to be an expert on all Chicago beers.
Alright.
And that's where is that
Every
where that's where Half Acre's out of too, right? Chicago.
Yeah.
That's
Chicago.
for
as
phase
well?
3. All yeah.
You haven't,
Yeah.
you haven't hit the bangers.
I haven't hit
There's
the
a couple
bangers.
bangers. 2 levies.
Too low.
Yeah. Eliminated and
Let's see, the light bulb one. Yeah.
Pipeworks.
What's that one place that you went to? It was like through the railroad tracks, Turkey Hill,
That was what was that?
Ongoing Joke.
Whiskey Hill.
Whiskey Hill.
Whiskey
Yep.
Hill.
It's not
I
even.
think,
It's not even a real brewery.
You know, I
Is that
think,
the no hands
Not even
on
a
the
real
beer?
brewer.
no, that's Alma Gang.
I think Metal Monkey or whatever it is, they closed. I think
Wow.
Whiskey Hill outlasted them, and that place was really popular.
It was like a 25-minute ongoing joke where like this
Yeah.
is brewery, we're never gonna hear it. This is like episode like 2019 of the podcast.
Oh yeah, this was early on.
Back when
Episode
Ste-
777.
Yeah, back when Steb was the only listener. He listened 5 times. So we keep going. Keep going, guys.
Numbers
We
here.
got 5 views. We can't stop now.
Right? It was only up from there.
Yeah.
I'm-
100 subscribers, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, you got to keep that little bit.
We
so
lost.
you
We
don't
lost
forget.
one. We went from. We went back to 105.
105, yeah.
Someone's just toying with us.
Dicks.
Right.
Let's get on with reviewing this, shall
All
we?
right,
Oh,
tell us your
boy.
thoughts.
Oh, jeez.
Tell us
I
your
don't
thoughts.
want to.
I don't want to because I don't want it to stop.
Oh,
I-
me neither.
I killed it. I'm done.
You fucker.
It warmed up by the time it was my
Sure,
spit
for sure.
backwash or whatever.
You can see the camaraderie that exists amongst. The
That's why we
Advent
started
calendar
this
guys.
back. It's all
why
about
we did it.
You fucker.
It's all about conversation.
Yep.
We're just.
All right, let's hear some thoughts.
It's good. It's all good. I'll start. I'm happy to start.
Yeah, please.
This thing is phenomenal. It is complex as hell, and as it's warmed up, it has opened itself up, and there are continuing layers upon layers of flavors in there. Right up front, you get caramel. That's a caramel nose and a caramel flavor on the front of the palate. You're getting chocolate and coffee notes, of course, as you would in a stout typically, but It goes way deeper than that. There's fruit notes all the way throughout this thing, and a long, long finish that goes on forever. This thing is, the alcohol is, it's 12.5, but it's not overpowering at all. Hey, we got three ways of cameras going here.
Oh.
So it's very, very balanced. It's actually balanced amongst all the flavors that are happening in it. So loving it. I love this beer. This beer is really opened up a lot, and of course it's warmed up a lot for me. And
it's tough to make a beer for him that makes him speechless. Like, he usually has his words he's velvety smooth.
Yeah,
words
very articulate.
Yeah, he's definitely like, and that's game recognizing game.
No.
You talk a lot too.
I do. Thanks. Yeah. You talk a lot too.
Yeah. That's the best podcast ever. Yeah, you talk a lot.
Yeah, Stephen
ever.
You say words.
I mean,
that'd be good, like name tag.
In a lot of the beers, a lot of the beers I've had in the last week or so, 10 days or so, they've started off really nicely on the front of the palate, and as you go to the finish, there's some nastiness. There's been some metallic, like gross metallic flavors and stuff that really are off-putting. This has none of that. All the way through the finish and even past the finish, there's this really pleasant mix of flavors, and it's the syrupy, the sugar, the residual sugars on this are in balance with the fermented alcohol content, the sugars that are fermented in alcohol. So everything about this thing is so well balanced. There's a lot of other flavors in here too that I'm still exploring, but I love this beer. This beer is a great beer. This is my favorite of the Advent calendar so far.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, of this year.
Yep.
Okay, I thought you almost put it over.
We kind of led the witness. I mean, that's kind of what this day is about.
Right?
We're expecting this one to be 100%.
Right. Agreed.
I mean, just in the mid palate alone. I mean, you get the caramel, and you get all these little fruit esters that are going through this thing. You get a little bit of, I know this is probably not a really popular thing anymore to do, but remember the fruit cakes?
He doesn't tip.
He doesn't tip.
He doesn't tip animals?
Oh, he doesn't tip? Doesn't tip.
10%.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't tip, Scott?
Yeah. Kill hobos?
You're not a tipper?
Kill hobos. Oh my God! Just tries to kill hobos.
This is how it goes.
Hey, Scott, you're horrible, man.
Nope. Don't even try to speak for me, man.
He didn't even deny killing
He
hobos.
did.
Brush past right over.
Yeah, he just
Awesome. No hobos. Well, sure. Yeah.
Don't listen.
They're
to this.
hobos.
Don't listen. To Just
when you
listen to
said
me.
tip, I thought you meant like tip couch.
Of course, you can't call them hobos.
Tip couches.
Unhomed
Cow
persons.
tipping.
Oh, cow tipping.
Like he doesn't tip animals.
Doesn't
like,
tip animals anymore.
When we first had tripping animals, I read it too
animal.
fast and I thought it was tipping animals. And I said tipping animals, I think, through my entire review. As we go back and look at it. I thought that's what you were referring to.
Yeah, no.
Tipping animals.
Yeah, no.
I tried to tip my dog, but she won't go.
This beer stands out. It is clearly, and we haven't had that many stouts this year, but across, not just amongst the stouts, but across all the beers, to me, this has some really special flavor profiles that are just deep. They just go deep. You can keep drinking this beer. I could drink another beer, another one of these, and continue to discover more.
Have different tastes and
very
comments about
different.
it. Absolutely.
Very different.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not, and as it's warmed up, it's just come alive.
You don't need to drink that.
So
I don't know what I can drink.
Have a black one. You can drink anything you want.
You may.
all right.
Except for the bottom left shelf.
All right, I've already got my score, but I'd probably given it away already. But next,
You can give your score.
5-0. That's a 5-0.
All right. What are your thoughts?
Oh my gosh.
Unless you want someone
Well,
else.
yeah, I don't know how I can follow that up.
Following
but
up Spill is a hard
That's a
task.
toughie. That's a toughie.
Oh, it's not that
Well,
bad still.
just
You're
so-
awesome.
Excellent.
I'm a sucker for a stout, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
A high alcohol, boozy, barrel aged stout. Okay, I'm
Oh,
there
barrel-aged,
too.
thank you.
That's up. That's up.
I can handle that as well. 12.5. It doesn't feel like 12.5 or taste like 12.5.
No.
I think that was the turnoff for me for Avery. It tasted like liquor.
Yep.
This does not taste like liquor.
Yep.
I agree that it comes off as caramel, especially after the bottle crack. It came off as caramel, and I'm like, this is going to be sweet, but it is not sweet per se. Coffee for sure, chocolate for sure. Bourbon is
The bourbon.
subtle. Nice brown head, as you pointed out earlier. That's always kind of fun. This is a beer that, sitting by the fire, maybe enjoying a cigar
Yeah, nice.
for a couple hours would be a great beer. This is a great beer for
This
that.
is the end of an evening.
This is a nightcap. This is as we were talking about the other day. This is a nightcap beer, kind of like the Chuggalos.
Coco Beza. It's professional. I expect your guys' brains to comprehend that.
hot chocolate stout.
The longer it sits, the better it gets. I agree.
Yep.
Of course, 2 old guys would say that.
Damn, man.
Oh, wow. 3 of these tops. 3 of these in the evening.
3 of you! Jesus Christ!
Yeah, 3 of these.
Jesus,
I'm totally with you.
Tertiary. Yeah.
Andy
yeah.
will still drive home.
Yeah. Well,
You gotta save the
Tertiary.
money.
I'll be home.
The hell with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the
Tertiary.
3 is fine.
This is-
Who cares?
3 of these, I would be doing all right.
That's
Then
we
it's
have
somebody
our-
else's problem.
Yeah, they're right. It is
That's what we
somebody
have. That's what we have our sons and son-in-laws for.
Right, exactly, precisely. 3 of these are fantastic.
Yeah,
This
to
is
drive home more drunk.
Yeah.
right, exactly. I can't say. I don't know if this is going
Don't
to be
drink
the.
and drive.
I don't know if this is the best
We
beer
don't
of the
do that.
Advent calendar yet, but it's up there for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a 5-0 for me too, man.
Wow.
It's a 5-0.
That's clink, clank, clunk.
Sorry, is that jacking up?
No, I
No,
mean,
it's
I'm
fine.
not listening.
People crave it.
I'm
We're
fine.
ringing in the holidays.
I'm here right now.
I'm here.
This won't be rewatched. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. So we'll have officially. You guys.
Photographic memory, play.
Yeah.
0 plays.
0 plays.
Yeah.
My
Zero-
mom will watch it.
0
My
plays.
mom will
Okay, I'll just like press play on repeat and just like leave my
You
computer
can
on.
repeat on YouTube?
My
Yeah,
mom will
Sure you
watch
can.
it.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I didn't say the barrel aged, the bourbon barrel aged. That provides. It's not subtle, and it provides this incredible edge and shoulders around the whole thing that encapsulates it, doesn't it? It's
Shoulders.
so good, so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the bourbon barrel aged stuff anyway. I've always loved that since John introduced me to that 3 years ago. But it's phenomenal.
I agree.
It really makes this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
All right, Steph.
Nectar of the gods.
So
See what you got.
always airing the same sentiment that my forefathers have said before me.
Jesus. Wow.
You have 4 dads.
4 dads.
Four dads.
It's 2023.
Hey, it's all
Yeah.
good.
In a
It's
world.
4 dads.
It's all right.
Yeah,
You
right.
have 4
It's
fathers.
acceptable.
I'm
behavior
allowed
now.
to. It's
Yeah.
allowed
Apparently,
to.
since he's his dad, you have a new brother.
Our
now.
country
New
has
dads.
4 dads, all right?
Exactly.
Right.
In a world of forefathers.
There we go.
It's dynamite. I mean, it's something I don't want to finish because
Right.
of how good it is.
Right.
Exactly.
It's
He's talking about the podcast sheet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. Right.
He doesn't. He wants to finish other things.
I don't want to close my eyes.
Oh boy.
want to fall asleep.
I don't know who that is, but is that the way they sing it?
No, that's not my Steven Tyler.
For
Oh,
him.
okay. Oh, that was actually
no,
pretty
no,
good.
that was very
Wow,
Steven
actually,
Tyler. No, that was very
good.
Steven Tyler.
I didn't know that was. I forgot the Armageddon song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chocolatey. It's the same thing about the Avery. Avery was I gave Avery a 5-0. But this is more than that even. And if I wish I could rate it higher, I really truly do.
Yeah, they don't. I don't know if they walk in the same.
But this is leagues above Avery
Oh yeah.
in every way.
Yep.
It's roasty. The flavor just like stays on your tongue. You said fruit earlier. I get like prune,
Plum.
date or plum. Yes.
Date.
Just that
Great.
deep,
So we're in the same.
deep fruit.
Okay,
flavor.
that I'm glad you said
Yeah.
because I hadn't heard that. You guys didn't mention that. Right?
No, we didn't. That's
I was
awesome
thinking-
stuff.
I was gonna say plum. The
I
whole
was
way.
thinking
Totally
dates.
with you on that. Dates, yes.
Dates.
It's definitely a
Dates.
date flavor.
This will help you go.
This will keep
I'm
you
glad
regular.
you said that. Yeah,
So
I
shall
wanted
approve.
somebody to
Yes,
point that
yes.
out because I thought if I said it, I'd sound crazy.
No, it's a
It's
date.
Not
just-
plums, but I
just
get
deep
maybe plums. But
fruited-
dates, yeah. Some sort of just
Roasty-
dark fruit,
Yes.
sugary fruit, dark
Sugary candy fruit.
Dark
yeah.
su- yeah.
Yep, sugary candy fruit.
It's. I like fruitcake.
As do I.
It's not a.
Yep.
I'm not saying this tastes like fruitcake at all.
No, but I know what you mean.
But it's
got
just that.
hints
It's
though.
plum pudding.
that
It's very
burnt
it-
sugar.
Yes,
that
it's plum
just
pudding.
Sweetness. The
burnt sugar.
Burnt sugar
that
is a good
s-
thing.
that sweet,
Yeah.
fruity,
Excellent observation.
woody.
Yep.
Mm.
You're
Woody,
good
nice,
at this.
nice.
Look at you, buddy.
You're good at this.
Again,
Go
why isn't his career in
I know.
like he's got a remarkable
It's
palate?
unbelievable.
I think he just
Burnt
turned
sugar was like the
19
perfect,
2 days ago.
The perfect thing to say.
You know, in
And I always
3
thought it would be
years, I've seen
food.
so much evolution of your
He's got
ability
gigantic
to
pecs,
taste.
right? They're
Oh,
gonna
right.
poke
Huge.
everyone's eyes out. Yeah, look at that.
Flexibility is not
I-
the ability to flex. I said that yesterday.
I'm being totally sincere and complimentary.
Thank
your
you.
your
Thank you, Phil.
your ability to taste and it has just been evolving remarkably. I've been really impressed with that.
It's like it's one of those things. I will always want more.
yeah.
More pecs.
I don't
More
want
pecs.
exactly. Yeah, I want to be
Hashtag
bigger.
more pecs.
Yes, more pecs.
I don't want to finish it because I know that
we
means
won't
it's
take
over,
that.
Yeah, I know it.
and that's
You and I are the
the
same.
worst part about this beer is finishing this beer.
I
Yes.
know.
That means there's
Precisely.
no more.
Right, precisely.
It's a 5.0.
It is.
It's obvious.
all day long.
Yeah, it's all day long.
Man,
By the way,
Uh-oh.
I just
I
tasted.
mean, you're the host, so.
I just
I'm
good.
Can I just add one more flavor? I
Yeah,
just
no, please
tasted
do.
I just tasted in the finish while you had started. I just tasted black licorice as well. Did you get that? In
like
the
star
finish?
anise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Fennel almost.
it'd be anise.
Anise, yeah, anise mostly.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, in the finish you have to let it sit and wait for it, and then I got this black licorice flavor coming.
Which
out.
I don't hate black licorice. That's,
Oh,
No, it's great.
that's my preferred jelly bean.
It's great. I mean, there's a lot in there. There's a lot in
Digs
there.
them out.
That means digging for
It is my
jelly beans.
favorite too.
I love black jelly beans. I don't like black licorice. And
Really?
supposedly it's a difference. and
There's a
it's-
huge difference.
Black jelly
actually.
beans
Have you ever had like?
coating on them. They're
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
I worked with a lady
this
who
would be a
was
black,
from Holland,
more of a
Yeah.
black jelly
and
bean.
black licorice is like a big deal over there to them, but it's salted.
Where at?
Ooh, in
Holland.
Holland,
Oh, Holland.
the Netherlands, same thing.
Yeah, same diff.
Yeah.
But it comes in different denominations, like
Percentage?
Like a 5 coin of black licorice is like kind of salty, and then like 15 is like moderately more salty, and then like 25 is like crazy salty. So she brought some to me one day when I was working with her. She had gone to visit family. She came back. I'm like, bring me some back.
Yeah.
It's atrocious. Salted black licorice is
Oh, yeah, that
still
sounds
like
terrible.
the
That sounds like
most
on
worst
that
thing
scale.
ever.
You get it?
But they
Salt sticks
they
at
love
Pine
it. They
Club?
absolutely love it over there. And
That's
no
so
offense
good.
to the Danish or
That's
Holland
not-
or
that's
Holland
like
people. That
the
just,
Hollish.
yeah, the
The
Hollish.
Hollish.
The
You
Hollish.
just
Way after you taste
it
it.
could be an hour from now. I'll probably still taste it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Go.
I am going to take the off ramp on these the love affair that this beer is.
No,
I'm
Here
glad
it comes.
you did because I was going to take the name off ramp.
It-
So that's good.
It's good,
Uh-huh.
but man, it's not. It doesn't. I unfortunately think that this beer needs more time, and I drank it differently from you guys. I had a couple off.
3 years.
I'm saying temperature wise.
Okay.
It. I should have wrote down. No, I had some off your dad's.
Okay.
It was room temperature then. It just
Okay.
man, like I get the caramel, I get the build to it. Maybe a couple more years on it. I just. Okay, so yeah, my score's not going to be hateful, but I'm just trying to
I
like
don't
bring.
like how this is
This
going.
bring-
Yeah,
no,
Are we
it's not-
breaking up right now? Is
Yeah.
that what's
If
happening
you wanna
right
say-
now?
if you wanna
not
say-
you, it's me.
It's not you, it's me.
If you want to say
Please!
the score, I
Not
got
you,
it.
it's me.
It's up to you.
So it's rich. It has sweetness. The malt build is just like it just crescendos differently, and it just destroys what's there. Like, I want something more like luxurious on my palate, and this wasn't like
luxurious.
Like there's no rich.
Not luxurious.
Yeah, it's a good beer. I just have to be real because there's other people. I'm getting comments because I already checked in on Taft.
You're blowing you up.
People are already blowing me up that are a part of the calendar because they knew that this was our hallmark, and
this is our hallmark.
We're not good enough yet. Where like there's other people that want to be involved that aren't local, and I wanted.
Yeah, we'll get them in next year.
You get like the skulls with excise in them. Comments.
Again, because we're day drinking on a Sunday, so it's like the perfect.
Precisely. Yeah. More.
Man, it's good. It's not great, and I challenge.
That is a sad sight.
You guys are 5 point, and you guys will do this to challenge me next year. But next year, you guys, this won't be AleSmith Decadence. You guys put it there.
Yeah.
I can't comment on it. I understand.
You won't.
You guys won't be there.
You won't. I agree.
It's good. I'm glad it's there. I like having beers that have some prominence to it. A 2020, they sat on this for a while, to give it that age and that characteristic.
This was a conscious effort for
this one was the special one for us because they knew that there was at least 16 servings going out for this.
Okay.
16 times 12 help me out. Steph, you're really good at that. 3264 plus 144 is 208. I think 208 ounces.
16, 12 ounces.
You'll never use math.
So
you'll never have a calculator in your pocket.
Right.
God, it just. I hate to rain on the parade. It's
rain on it, dude.
Yeah, no,
I'm raining on it.
It's good. A high discussion beer is what today is about.
Right, and that's all. That's all it is. In the last month, I've had 6 or 7 stouts better than this. Guaranteed. Wow. I'm not. Yeah, check out my Untapped. It's all there because there's a bunch of brewery, like everything, off the top rope. And I say all of that because you guys are at like a 5. Like this is like this is the 3 miracles. This is Saint Hood.
This is not a 3 beer. This is not a 3 beer.
This is a drink pour.
Off the top rope, and I'm already on bleach. Off the top rope, this is a 4 or 5.
Okay. All right.
It's still high.
It's so high. I'm not.
Let me just say.
No.
In my personal experience with stouts, this beer is going to get better.
That's what I'm saying. Give it another 2 years.
Really?
There wasn't a reverse gotcha. It wasn't like this is terrible. 5.0.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. We've all been.
This is really awful.
He immediately changed the rules. I go 4.95.
4.95.
I feel like
that'd be awesome if you went 4.95 on that.
Wow, this beer really sucks. 4.5.
All right. Well.
All right. Here we go.
I'm gonna have to sit in Matt's camp, and I might blow your minds even more. Hopefully, I will, because that's the point. Not of my review. Okay, so I've had this
pour
beer.
Pour it down the drain.
No. It's not a drain pour.
It's drain right there. You can be on camera.
That would be hilarious.
He claimed
It's not a drain pour.
He claimed this.
This beer, I've had it cold all the way to warm. It's pretty warm now, and
your hands are dry.
So the evolution of the beer.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about these complexities and stuff. I wish all of the things you guys said were true.
To me, out of nowhere.
I want those things. I think Steph probably. I think you guys made a lot of great points. I think Steph probably had from my palate, the most accurate description of the flavors.
Okay.
I think that there's burnt sugar. I think there's some sort of dark sugary fruit. I thought dates. You said plums. I think that's a good.
No, I said plums.
You said plums. Okay.
Is it prunes?
You said prunes.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Geriatric.
That's what a plum is. Right.
I think that I think that darkness is there and the sweetness is there. I think that the carbonation in this beer, which I actually am enjoying. Whatever the opposite of elevates is, it
descends.
It descends this beer. de-escalates this beer.
Well, that's the cold, I think, right? Yours was much more effervescent than mine.
It's still, you want to that's pretty warm now. You want to taste how much carbonation's in there.
There's no carbonation in there. Look at the head.
All right,
you can tell
you
right
can point
there.
at it all you want, but I'll taste it. And
I mean,
I feel it.
You
There's
guys
some
just
taste.
want another Cuvée de Trolls. You just want a beer to fucking explode on you.
When
No.
you're wearing it, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the,
but yeah,
that's
yours
the
is still-
anti-beer.
It's got some bubbliness to it.
Yeah, his still got a little spice to it.
And what I think
yeah.
it does is it airs this beer out in a way. I think I wanted that airiness to open up the flavor, but what it does is it kind of lightens the beer. So in my mind, the way that the taste
I get
comes
what you're
off
saying.
doesn't match the darkness that I'm seeing.
Oh.
You know, like the motor oil that Matt mentioned isn't what I'm tasting.
It was
My
motor,
mind is
yeah. It was
kind of
definitely
playing
motor
with
oil
me,
on
right?
the pour, right? Yeah, but this is 24 hours room temp versus.
Versus newly room
15
temp.
minutes,
Fine,
20
Yeah,
minutes.
right.
fine. So be
Right.
it. I do taste the alcohol barrel.
There's the difference.
No, I'm not. That wasn't. So be it.
I know.
Wasn't like an
I
insult.
know,
That was
I know.
just like a. I agree, but like I can't prove anything otherwise.
Sure.
There's just no way for me to do it.
I don't want to finish this beer though.
Don't.
I do taste alcohol in this beer. I don't.
I'm crying
I don't
right
know
now.
that I tasted up to the 12.5 or even higher level, and I'm not sure that it's bourbon. Even, I think that
It doesn't say it's bourbon.
It
just
doesn't
says
say it's
barrel-aged.
bourbon.
It is
Oh,
barrel
barrel
aged.
aged. Yeah, I
It
was
is
gonna
this
say
barrel.
maybe
So
like
I
a-
made a
That's what I'm
presumption.
looking at.
Maybe some
I
sort
made
of
a
like
presumption.
Yeah,
I made
yeah.
a presumption. Yes.
like a brandy or a cognac or something like
Which
has
would be
like
fine,
a sweeter,
too.
thicker, kind of syrupy,
Yes.
like alcoholness to it.
Agreed.
I taste that more. So let me
Okay.
detract my
No.
bourbonness from
Continue.
this.
No, I get what you're saying. No.
It's still.
I made-
still a derivative of bourbon,
I just made
Okay,
it.
fair
It
enough.
is.
like a cognac or a Grand
Granted, it's
Louis.
just right. Just
So-
sits around longer, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I wish I could get on the level that you guys are at with this beer. I had the score. I'm not going to change it.
Come on.
It's a 4-0.
Okay.
4-0 on this beer. I think that the chonk is still the king of
I
this
agree.
Advent
I actually
calendar.
agree with you. That might be the
And
star.
if you put these
It's the
two beers
unsung
next to each
hero
other, I would
of the
choose
calendar.
Chunk. I would choose
Yeah,
the
you're
chunk.
probably right because I was
Sorry,
shocked
guys.
by Chunk.
It was so good.
Yes.
That white chocolate came through. I think the craftsmanship in that beer. I'm not saying that this isn't a well-crafted beer.
Yes.
But the craftsmanship in that
Lord.
beer, I think they nailed it.
And I think I said it to Steph. It's I'm not a peach guy, generally speaking.
Me
I'm
neither.
definitely not a sour guy.
Yeah.
You're a
neither.
peach in my life.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I didn't know what to expect. I went
me
with,
neither.
I went in with preconceived
White
notions,
chocolate
and I
just
think I
is
said it
weird.
was like this is not going to work for me at all. And it was kind of a eye opener for me. Chunk was an eye opener for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
could I drink it all night long? Probably
No,
not.
yeah, it's a one beer thing.
Yeah, or maybe two.
Maybe two.
Yeah, but I would like to try some of the rosé. They have like a raspberry, I think.
Drucker makes some pretty
And they have
insane
some like
beers.
pie.
do.
They have
Like
some.
Slang du Jour. Their pie beers.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah, dude. This is your dad rating.
Yeah.
You can't fucking swear. Jesus.
Oh
Your
shit!
dad.
I wasn't privy to the
No, you didn't know that?
the father-son
no,
dynamic.
God.
Like, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
no,
Hold on.
I knew you
Watch
were
your
father
fucking
son.
mouth.
I didn't know.
I'll
that
show you my license.
I know. I knew you were father son. I didn't know
I
that
may
you
have
guys
come up
had
with
an
a better
agreement
name,
that
too,
you
by
would be
the way,
well
just so
behaved.
you know.
Oh, ooh, he's got a better name.
Yeah.
I'd actually be on my worst behavior.
Oh, you'd be. Oh,
Right,
you.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you might have to take him out kicking and screaming. You
Maybe,
might have to
perhaps.
drag him out of here.
He drove, so
Do you ever? Is there like a physical punishment relation?
there hasn't
like,
been.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
I do want to
There
see
hasn't
Stan
been yet.
spanked by his dad.
I feel
I hope we don't get to
enough.
that, but yeah, I mean, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Yeah, I think that what they did with the white chocolate in that chunk beer. I think if I had these breweries for the first time, and I've had Oskar Blues, I've had Drecker, but if I would be like, oh yeah, I need to buy more Drecker. Like they
I
won
would.
me over
I probably
with
would
that.
do the same.
They won
I
me
would-
over with that
I'm
beer,
in
and
the
I
same
think
boat.
I think that Oskar
keep
Blues
going.
won
Keep
me
trying
over
to find.
also,
very
but not as
little
much.
Yeah, I agree.
Look,
I see what you're saying.
They're skittish on the
You got
barrels
it.
that they age this in. Like a lot of
Are
it
they
comes
really?
in stovepipes. I can't find it. Like I'm
Oh,
trying to
no
find
shit.
the barrels that they age in.
I know that they had several versions of this 2020 beer. There was like 3 or 4 versions. Let me see.
I was gonna say. I was wondering what the significance of the TenFIdy
Alright,
was.
so-
What-
That,
So
that,
now
that's
that-
the name. So
now
that's
that
That's
we've
just the name
gone-
of the beer.
Oh,
It's
it's the name of
their
it.
stout. Yeah.
now that we've gone a little bit,
But they come in stovepipes typically.
Oh, nice.
So that's the Oskar Blue signature is that
Okay.
they make stovepipes because they're one of the last mass-produced beers that come in stovepipes.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so 2019, I think was the first year of this. That was bourbon.
So
barrel.
4.0 is what you said, right? 4.0.
I gave it a 4.0. Yeah,
Wow.
4.0.
Which isn't.
Wow.
It's still a good
It's a-
beer.
it's-
I challenge us
stout,
when we gather a year from now.
Yeah. Let's.
I
How we
challenge
feel
you guys
about
to
it?
remember this one.
Remember-
There's
I
no,
don't know, man.
I
there's no
believe that I
question.
shall.
I hope that I shall.
I
hope you do.
Prove me
I
wrong.
hope
I
you
hope
do.
I hope I
Really.
do.
Yeah.
I really
I
hope I
like
do.
beer.
There's no
Right,
question about
right.
it. There's no question about it.
But
It's a
next
standout.
year,
And I think,
be another year older.
to go back to the
You're
Avery
watching.
real quick, I think Avery was almost 2.5% stronger, if I'm not right.
It was. It was a
14.7.
It was a 14.
Almost 15? Yeah.
14.
That's the one I was talking
And
about.
I think that 2% made a huge difference for me. It really tasted like liquor to me when I drank it.
That's the
and I
one
think
I-
that's what turned me off.
That's the one I called
Other
The barley
people.
one.
So
barley wine because
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
so
Well,
so-
generally speaking, I like barley wine. Hullabaloo from Eudora is
Yeah.
kind of
Oh, Eudora.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of an amazing
beer
beer.
I fuck with.
We should.
Yeah, me too,
We should
actually.
challenge ourselves to like a Eudora beer.
Their barley wine is pretty amazing.
we should try
Hullabaloo
that
is
one.
really good.
Can we get?
Yeah.
Can we get that in
It's
a bomber?
out. It's out.
It's
It's
out
out,
right
yeah.
now.
Hullabaloo is.
Yeah,
I
okay.
like it.
I'm
I
had it on
you
draft.
I live right by it.
Oh,
so
you're
I'll
neighbors
get-
with them? I will.
I'm neighbors with them.
Yeah, I will.
I'll
pour it
get
out
you
on the
some.
podcast.
I'll get you some.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll get you some.
I
man.
will.
The first
Merry
time I ever had it was
Christmas.
C-Jacks.
Here's a Eudora beer.
on draft, and it was pretty amazing.
You're just a hater because
Listen, C-Jacks, I gotta say, you
It's
were
not the
right.
bowling thing.
C-Jacks is the shit.
Yeah, well, CJ.
Oh, C-Jacks is always
I'd only been there. I
I
had
brought you
never
there,
been
yeah.
there. And
That's French
Steph
fries
was like,
and
go. And
Oh, wow, this is.
Yeah, right.
I've never seen this.
You've never
You
seen
know,
this
on the
live.
Lord's
All the
Day?
times,
Because
like
you wake up
carriage
at
house.
3:30.
It is a Lord's Day.
No, like coming through, like.
I think
we're
that's
recording
because
here.
I gave this beer a 4.0. The
Yeah,
gods are
literally
raining
tens of
down
times.
praise upon me.
Highly
Got so
doubtful.
bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
Little
some of the
genuflect.
best non-mothership episodes we've had is when Scott and I disagree on a beer. We'll literally almost fight each other.
There was like almost fisticuffs last year
Yeah,
about
last year there was a
tasting alcohol content.
Next thing
What
is
was
they're
it?
like tussling
It was
behind
like-
the bar.
I don't
No,
remember.
he called
I don't
the
remember.
alcohol a flavor, and I was like, "Really? You're calling
And
it
you
a-
know what's great is I stood by it.
Yeah, it's just like die in
Oh,
the fight.
oh, wait a minute.
Classic Looney
That was
Tunes, just like
great.
dust cloud.
Yeah, because
I was like,
because
all
I
right,
am a man
whatever.
of conviction.
Like a Tex Avery cartoon. It's just
I mean,
like
yeah.
lightning bolts and stars in a dust cloud, like moving around.
It was like no, it was like what's his name? What's the guy's name in Peanuts that has the cloud around him all the time?
Pigpen.
Pigpen. Thank you. It's like Pigpen.
Your son was over there like, oh, I remember Peanuts cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
He has no
Yeah,
clue.
he's pretty like
Oh,
that.
by the way, I posted that Garfield link in the.
I have it
Oh.
saved in my watch list.
that,
Yeah.
that YouTube video. is
I've gotten
amazing.
asked by 3 people, have you watched it already?
No.
Like 3 of my.
Garfield-
I'm afraid to watch it.
It's so good. You have to watch it.
Because we just
90-minute
recently watched the
synopsis on-
Garfield Thanksgiving special
Oh,
on YouTube.
Whoever this YouTuber is that does it.
But I get what you're saying, though. That's
It's like unbelievable how he breaks down.
it's
this Garfield
Doom. It is
cartoon.
Doom.
It's amazing.
So I've just got to say, I finished this 5 minutes ago, and it's still on the back of my palate right now.
Yeah, so
I'm still-
terrible things can be on the back of your palate too, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm not talking. Wait,
giving it a
that's
4.5.
time out. Don't put words in my mouth. I'll
Okay.
explain for myself. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not talking about nasty flavors. I'm not talking the metallic flavor that I tasted in 2 beers in a row this last week.
Wow,
that
wow,
was
wow,
some
wow,
that
wow.
was some nasty stuff. I'm talking
What
about
metallic beers did we drink?
the
this
most.
week?
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh yeah, there was a couple like European
Oh, my
style
gosh.
beers like that, like a Kolsch maybe had a little.
Oh well,
The
that
Kolsch
Kolsch
was
was
terrible.
not fun
That
for
Kolsch
me.
was
That was
The
terrible.
Kolsch was not fun.
That
for
was,
me.
was,
that was one
And
of
I
them.
Maybe
like
the
Voss,
Wet
like
Hop
Saunders
Pilsner,
Voss.
the
Yeah.
Wet Hop-
Saunders Voss is a good Kolsch.
Right.
But again, I've been keeping, and I said it to him. I kept mine at basement temp. It wasn't refrigerated.
Yeah.
If it was ice cold, I'm guessing it would have been
Probably
better.
would have been better.
But
All right, we'll drink the rest of our
like
beers. at room
50 some
temperature.
degrees temperature wise,
minute.
basement constant
Wait a
temp,
minute.
not good. It
I'm heating
was
up the
almost
rest of our
yeasty
beers
and
right now.
bittery.
Yeah, pull them all out.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep my beers in the
That's the
warmer.
thing.
Do you
I
have a
don't
warmer?
disagree. I don't agree with
We
that.
want I agree. We want home runs and we want diversity. It's tough to.
I like the
marry all
diversity,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I think the Kolsch, the
Wow.
Wet Hot Pilsner had a little metallic taste to it.
Yep.
And-
That's a repeat.
But there was,
wasn't it?
was it a repeat?
Fox
No.
and the frog and the hog and the.
Oh yeah, it
That's
was a
day
repeat.
two.
It was
Yeah.
a repeat. Yeah.
That wasn't
Butcher and
bad.
the brewer and
Day
the-
That was
two
okay. It was just okay. Yeah, it was.
That's a it was
That
last.
was
We had
some-
a
Oh, that was
The
terrible.
butcher and the brewer.
I
It
the
didn't
hog,
wow
the
me.
hog.
Yeah, it didn't wow me.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. It was terrible.
Really, I keep going back to it. Drecker's was like the standout for me this year because it
So
was
far,
a beer that I would
agree
never
it's-
drink.
That
It was a
Drecker's
beer.
is
It was
I
a
gave it a
beer.
5. I
That's
loved it.
your coffee sour.
Okay.
That's your
It-
coffee
it
sour.
really
That's-
is.
That's
I wish
how
we
the
could
coffee
give you
sour
the
was.
tripping animals.
And stepmom has been helping me out a little bit too, and that's a beer that she was pretty excited about.
Oh yeah,
too.
I've been hearing
Yes.
stepmom
Yeah.
hasn't liked a lot of the beers.
Well, she's not a big beer drinker,
but she
so-
liked
Oh,
the white
yeah, she
chocolate
liked
beer.
Drecker. She would drink
Yeah.
Dreckers. for
That
sure.
was really good. That was awesome.
They did a good job. That's craft. I feel like they crafted that beer for
I agree.
me personally.
So
Not to
the
keep
the
beating
important
the dead
thing,
horse
because this is going to be the last time that we have you guys on the mothership. It's probably going to be the last time that we do it because Christmas falls on the holiday and then New Year's or whatever. Let's do Stev, your beer of the year, and we'll go around. We'll do Svil and.
Holy moly!
You said you have a good nickname, so we'll come to you.
Okay.
That's when you're going to debut your nickname.
Okay, fine.
Whatever you come
He's
up
got
with.
one.
Typically, we
Beer
don't
of the
have
year.
you come up with your own nickname, but he says
Oh.
he has a home run.
I think I've got a better one than you. I know you were super happy with Stev's dad. So.
Yeah, Stev's dad is not very good.
Doesn't roll off the tongue.
So home run beer for the year.
Can I do some
For the year.
research? The year is a lot.
It is
Oh,
a
do
lot.
you need us to buy you guys some time
Can
while
you
you
buy
guys
me
research?
some?
Yeah,
Please,
yeah, we
If
can.
you don't mind. If you don't
Because
mind.
like we're gonna record multiple episodes between now and then, but I want you, unless you're gonna
Okay.
do it in one of your episodes.
I could do it in an episode.
Okay, you want to do it? In an
How about I
episode?
do
This
that?
is-
Yeah.
because
I
this is
can I can go over my
the last in-person mothership of the year because Christmas. falls.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. Are you gonna be in town?
Yeah, but Christmas Day is on
Oh, yeah,
Monday.
Christmas
That's
Yeah,
another.
Monday,
That's
but
a
we
week
can plan
from
around it.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So it'd be a day late, and I know there's people that really want the
We
episode.
can do it a
like-
day early.
Okay.
$1 short.
No, I won't get back to town for a couple of days after, like
That's
26,
all right.
27.
That's all right.
All right.
Yeah. I'll cook on my year in review and I'll go over that.
Okay.
Because I don't.
That
It's
can
important
be
because that's what people clamor for.
good. Okay.
They are clamoring for it.
People tune into your episode.
Huh?
You see that? Your numbers are
My
high.
episode.
Mine.
One
Your
episode.
episodes.
Plural.
Stev's a popular character.
I get all my whack ass coworkers to watch my videos. That's all it is.
That's awesome.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
They're not whack.
Technically, they're your coworkers
Listen,
too.
to
Views
Stev's
are views.
coworkers, you're not whack
views are
ass.
views, right? That's what you want,
Absolutely not.
You're not whack ass. You're great.
Dude, your
Don't call your coworkers like
reviews
that.
have gotten better and better and better. And during the Advent calendar, I watch yours because I find them.
He doesn't watch Matt.
I'm so behind on everybody.
Actually,
No, I watch
I'm still
Matt's.
watching last
I
week's
always
Mothership.
watch Matt.
I want everyone
Try
to
to
know
keep
that
it
when I
concise.
turn on Matt's podcast, Matt's episodes, and he's smiling already.
He says that.
I love it, dude.
He
I love
says,
it.
He
It
says
makes
it off
me so
camera.
happy.
He says it off
I
camera.
feel so warm about his podcast.
He
They're
says it
good.
off
Well,
camera.
wait, does that mean that the review's going to be good or bad?
He's like, "Hey, Chuggalos, welcome back." I'm like, oh,
And he's like,
My cousin Eddie episode. My cousin. This is the spoiler alert. If you made it this far, I was wasted in that cousin Eddie. I should not have recorded that episode.
I haven't watched your. Two
I'm sitting there with
Kate
it like a
yet.
cigar. With,
Oh my
like
gosh.
it is.
Oh,
I am.
These are the
I
Kate-
should not have
the ones with
recorded
Kate.
it.
Okay.
I haven't watched the two with Kate yet.
Okay.
No. Kate is when I incorporate the video for like a minute. It gives me like a minute to
Well,
like.
you marked the
Sober
last
up.
two as Matt and Kate.
Like,
Yeah, because she
talking.
it's not us.
Yeah.
Yeah, she drinks a day ahead of time.
Okay, yeah.
But hey, clean glasses. That it's
Smash!
oh you guys are done.
Clink dicks.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Tip to tip.
Man,
Space
that
doctor.
is the saddest thing in the world for three of us.
It's yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm glad that there was some disagreement. That creates good conversation, but also that there were
That's
three
what you want.
fives. 3 5s. We don't purposely do disagreement. Like if it's a 5, it's a 5.
Well, you want discourse.
Yeah,
That's what this
well,
is
you
about.
don't. We
We
don't
do.
purposely want it. We want it.
It's a discussion. That is the whole
And
point
the beer was
of
good.
today.
The
Yeah.
beer was
It
good.
was very good.
If somebody walked in here with that decadence that we had, that AleSmith decadence, that bar, everyone here would easily pop out a bunch of money.
Trash this.
If somebody was like, I have more of this,
Right, yeah.
you're not going to pay the same.
It's like you put a kid,
That's true.
and there's two. You know,
Okay, so you
Which parents do you love more?
Right.
Decadence all day long.
Yeah.
That's,
Right?
That's cool. That's
right?
fine.
Decadence over
Decadence
there.
Well,
is
that's-
like a 5-point plus.
Slam
Yeah.
dunk.
Yeah, see?
Decadence was
Yeah.
probably
That's like a 10
probably the
point
best stout I've ever had in my life. You know, I'm not. When you say 5-0, we're constrained by a 5-point system. Decadence would have been a 7-5.
Yeah, agreed.
Right?
100%.
Like
This
this
is
would
the-
this
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 is
would have
the
been
100
this,
out of 5.
this would have been a 5-5-5, but it doesn't mean that I'm rating it the same as a Decadence, right? But it's an
Well,
outstanding.
this is the
beer.
classic. So this is where we didn't know going into this. So Dave Portnoy, who does the pizza reviews, he says this all the time. I can never give a pizza a 10 because what happens when I have a pizza that's better than the 10 I had?
Right, exactly.
And that's a true statement.
That is a true.
And so he never gives any. He's rated thousands of pizzas.
Right.
And
He was
yeah,
here-
I mean,
he
so
was here
that's
this year.
that's exactly
That's
what you're
a great
describing. Okay, so
Yeah.
we have this 5-point scale, and we taste a beer that blows our mind as a 5. You can have 2 5s that aren't equal.
That's
just
exactly
the
what
case.
I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
Well,
just
and
what.
that's
So
like-
that's what you're describing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like being. I know you guys have talked about it for like 450 and other breweries. That's like exclusively having a rating for that brewery. Like,
Oh, yeah, there's
Yeah.
breweries.
There's
There's
breweries that
breweries
they
are
have their
separate.
own-
They have their own
Toppling
They
Goliath
have their own
450.
scale.
Toppling
Yep.
Goliath for sure. Yeah.
like for
So
example.
that's
Pseudo Sue, I would take a bath in pseudo
that's
Sue.
how that's how
That would be
I
a fun
Hey,
battle.
hey, by the way, if you want to see that, if we get up
Yeah,
to
yeah.
200 subscribers
Yeah.
by the end of the year,
I will do
Patreon.
that.
I will say
200
for
by
you.
the end of the year of pseudo soup bat. That's
I will
a
Pseudo
absolutely.
Sue Bath, I want to taste
I would
that.
absolutely.
You taste that?
that's a little weird.
Before and after.
Listen, my carriage house, I do have a clawfoot tub. We'll use that.
That's right.
I'll get all that chocolate.
200 by
cake
the
on
end of
there.
the year.
That's right. And we're gonna do a Pseudo Sue Bath in the Carriage House.
In the carriage house.
Not dude,
Not,
not
not,
bathtub.
yeah, not we. He's gonna
Yeah,
do
right.
it.
He said not.
We've got the sound engineer, the producer.
We'll be here. We'll be here.
We'll be present.
Cameraman.
We'll fucking live
That's a
stream
lot
it.
of pseudo soup. How much do you think that much pseudo soup would cost? That'd be
It'd be worth it if we get
It
to
would be
200.
worth it.
Oh
Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
get some decent ad revenue.
You guys
on
get
that
200
one.
on there.
Fuck, I will give this a
Simple
5.0 if you get.
You soak yourself.
Yeah,
in.
I'll adjust that. I can be bought.
You know, I'll just go right out there right now. This is my favorite beer of the year so far.
Oh,
It- by the way, that
of the whole year.
Of the
including
whole year,
outside
not the
calendar.
Advent calendar.
since last calendar, let's just say,
Okay.
So every beer
that's
you've
it.
had from January 1st to now, that's your favorite beer.
it's probably the best beer I've had. Now I will say
That's fine.
I like the Decker. Oh my gosh, that was-
Drecker.
Drecker. Oh man. Yeah, but you didn't give that a 5. Did we have that together?
No.
we had
No.
that together. You didn't give it a 5.
I didn't give it a 5. I gave it a 4.5.
Oh, did you?
But
I gave it a 5.
that's
There
the
it is.
best. I think that's one of the best
That's
sours
the-
I've ever had.
Coffee sour.
Do you have your phone in night mode?
He does.
Oh, low vol. Low
That's
volume.
night mode.
Dark mode.
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
It's not
Coladita?
dark mode.
Oh, Coladita. Yeah, that was
Coladita.
the
Coladita. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
tripping
The
animal.
fruited sour is what they're referring to it as.
Yeah, but it's coffee. Coffee was the
It's
first.
like orange
Yeah.
creamsicle coffee. And
It
it was like,
was
that
so
sounds
good.
wrong.
It was just.
It was like it was a
Lightning in a bottle.
you know when you're poor and you only
How
have like
Tripping
4 things
Animals
left in
is
the
it
cupboard and you put
biggest
them.
brewery in America. Like we're still talking about this beer
Oh, I know.
in a fun
It's
way.
almost decadence.
In a fun.
It's
is,
upper
honestly.
echelon of
Where it
Advent
should it shouldn't have been.
Think
It was the
about
most
how
surprising
we're
beer of all
talking
time.
about this
We
beer.
expected big things out of Decadence.
It averages 3.75.
That's insane. How anyone didn't taste the greatness of
Friends, 2 friends did 4.38. 2 friends.
that beer. 2 friends.
Retroactively, I
if
should have
you-
gave
if
that
you
a
click
higher.
on Friends.
Yeah.
I was looking at his phone.
Yeah, let's go.
I should have
See
too.
what he's got going
I should have too. I've got the.
I gave it a
I've got what I
4 and
rated it.
4.75
Yeah.
again because the
4.75.
conversation. There, we remember it.
Yeah,
It was a
remember it was-
coffee
we
sour.
literally brought it up every Advent.
Damn near
calendar.
every year. Yeah.
It's
3
kooky
years.
looking. Look at that. It looks almost like
Thing
Drecker.
is-
It's like,
It's
it looks
so
like
weird.
Drecker.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't.
that
It was
thick
in the
sour.
same. It was in. Oh, it was amazing. That was amazing.
Let's petition them to make it again.
Yes.
I'll send them an email.
Yeah.
High pressure.
Send them an email.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we've got a lot of pull.
We have
got-
episodes and episodes and episodes of us talking about this beer.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's infiltrated this episode as well.
And
So
it did. We've even looked it up.
You know, that's what I've been saying like for the last 2 weeks, right? there are beers that you may not post up as a 5.0, but you'll post it up as a reference point. And everything gets referenced to that beer. And that's exactly what we're doing.
Well, yeah, touchstone for sure.
Yeah.
More,
So-
I would almost say Coladito was a turning point for me enjoying sours.
Yeah,
I
because he
think
wasn't
it
a
was
sour
In
guy
my
when he
life,
came into it.
I've not been a sour enjoyer.
I'm same. I mean, there's been I can tell you the 3 or 4 points specifically of sours that turned me around, and the smoothie sour last year. I don't remember the name of it. That thing frickin' turned me around. I was blown away by that. It was so good. It didn't even taste sour to me. It tasted like a smoothie. It was so good.
I wonder if that was just a beer that we had here.
It was on the list.
It was on the calendar.
I've not had that many sours, and Steven went on a sour kick. You and Caitlin both went on a sour kick for a while. But the sour that sticks out in my mind was Eudora. Was
Well,
it
they have a
No,
cherry
Nipco.
sour.
It was Nipco.
Definitely,
It's
Oh, yeah, their
Ectoplasm.
sours are
Ectoplasm.
superior.
Ecto Cooler or whatever.
We're
they
gonna-
call it.
Ecto Cooler.
We're gonna
They're-
add it. We're gonna add it. This
The
time.
Ecto Cooler, he's saying no in particular. He changed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. No,
He changed
Nipco.
it.
Yeah,
So
Nipco.
their sours are
Old
superior.
Eudora.
Their
They're
sours
nuts.
are what got me on sours. Was
Nowhere
was
in particular?
Yeah.
They're crazy.
I
The orange creamsicle was blessed be thee.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I probably did.
Their orange creamsicle was like episode 3, I think, for us.
Yeah.
Just that was like, oh, I like sour. I'm a sour drinker.
Oh, Nip. That was that was draft 26.
That was when
Yeah.
they were. That was when they were only doing cans of.
Yeah,
no,
just
That was
local brewery.
he was a
Still
gypsy.
hobos,
He was
by
a
the way.
he was
Yeah.
a gypsy brewer.
Yeah, the hobo. There was one that was like Fruit Loop cereal. I can't think of the name of it though. That they did was really.
Oh, it was
good.
like toucan something, wasn't it?
Maybe.
I think it was.
You
Yeah,
know-
you might be right. That was
I
it.
think it
I like
was.
that one a lot.
John introduced me before I even moved here. This was in 2018. John took me down to Nora in particular. We went there, and I was blown away. I had to buy every single.
No, it was 2020 because they were closed. They had opened.
They opened to the
and
Friday
then
before COVID
immediately
shut down.
closed
Yeah.
for COVID.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And you bought like 3 cases worth of beer.
Hell,
All
almost
pints.
every beer, and
Yeah.
not the same. Every different beers.
Oh yeah.
I have not tasted a beer from Nora in particular that I didn't
Yeah,
like.
they're really
Food
phenomenal.
They're
truck was awesome.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
They're phenomenal.
fat and rich. Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
awesome.
Branch and Bone too. Yeah.
Branch and Bone's okay. I've not been to Branch and Bone. in a
Oh my
while.
gosh, they're phenomenal.
Yeah, no, we all agree that Rancher Bone is
Branch and Bone is
The best Dayton brewer.
S tier beer.
Oh, yeah.
S
Really?
tier. S tier.
I wish
S tier. The
Branch and
only
Bone is it's.
the only S tier.
I think Nora in particular
Nipcock is S
probably
tier,
S
but
tier.
yeah.
Nowhere.
Those are the
But-
two S tier.
We just haven't
beers
gone.
from
We just haven't gone enough.
I've only
Yeah,
been there
go
a couple
back,
times.
go back.
I've only been there a couple
I
times.
wish they did a Christmas ale because they would do it right.
Yeah, Branch and Bone
I bet they. Let's tell them
fucks.
to.
The
Branch and
real
Bone
beer
fucks for
fucks.
sure, dude.
They're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They're amazing. I haven't had a bad beer there yet.
Are you an
Wow.
IPA guy? Is that you identify yourself? They're
Not
IPA
necessarily.
brewer.
No, not necessarily. I
What,
mean,
what's your when you go out? Like, what are you looking for? We're trying to set you up.
I like a good. I like a
Yeah,
good
you're-
Belgian.
they're
Or
pushing
like
it.
a like
Well,
a
so
double
far-
or
putting
a
you in a
triple
corner.
or
So far,
quad.
he's mentioned Eudora like 3 times on this podcast.
And not no,
That's
and,
not a
by,
name we
and not by
normally
design.
mention.
Not by
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
Their barley wine is top shelf.
Okay, we
I
gotta
would
try
give
this
it-
barley wine.
Yeah,
We
their
should try
barley.
this barley.
Hullabaloo is top
And
shelf.
it's available now.
It's out.
All right, we're gonna get it. I'll
Yeah.
get it.
Hullabaloo.
I'm gonna get it.
C-Jax is always good for having a nice.
C-Jax has good
has a good
selection.
mix of beers.
Best French fries in the area.
Yeah.
Their
but their
peanut
Belgians-
butter burger is the best I've had.
Their Belgian
We need to
ales,
go
like the doubles and the
and get
triples
Nick.
and the quads,
Well,
are always
y'all.
good.
well, we
Right.
went. already
Well, yeah,
together,
but you guys need to go and do an on location
at CJ.
at CJ.
That's a restaurant.
Will they allow us to?
Yeah.
I bet if you
Nick would.
if you talk to Nick and
He's a
gave
beer
him
guy?
enough heads up, Nick would do it.
Nick's just a cool dude. He would probably.
He's
yeah.
excellent people.
Yeah, he's good people.
All right. Sounds good.
And I don't want to say that I identify as an IPA guy because
No,
I feel they're
Yeah.
faddish, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I think
But
I think this culture has got
yours
into
and
IPAs.
yours and
Yes.
Phil's beer experience spans longer than this 19-year-old has been alive.
right.
I like
That-
I like
that's
Miller
why-
High Life. That's a
No,
good,
that's
solid
like
beer
ham.
for me.
Yeah.
A Pils. I like a Pils.
So Miller High Life is that your like 2.5 middle ground, and everything is rated higher or lower than that?
Yeah. What's your benchmark?
What's your
gosh.
benchmark beer?
I don't know what
What's
my
your
bench-
benchmark beers, Phil?
Benchmark beer.
What's the beer
Milwaukee's
that you're
best.
like? If it's worse than this, I hate it. If it's better than this, I like it. and the scores diverge from there.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I don't know.
It depends on the style. So IPA.
Yeah, it's a style-driven thing.
It's a style thing. So for IPAs, Rhinegeist Truth.
Truth for
Yeah,
me.
boom.
I'm
No
a
doubt.
truth guy.
You're a boat show guy.
I'm a boat show guy.
He's a boat show guy.
I like both.
I like
Boat show.
guys,
Boat show
he's
is
a
like
boat
I
show
like
guy.
both of them.
boat
You
show
can
is
like
like the
both.
pinnacle
Me too,
of
I like
IPA.
both.
for me.
Double boat
Interesting-
show?
interesting
I mean,
that
they're not-
Matt's
Double
defining it
socks
for me.
off.
Boat show's great.
Boat show's a good one.
We-
for
we-
me.
we talked
Yeah,
about this
I would
early
have
on.
to say, no, boat show's better than truth.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
that's
by
But
far.
I need
By
truth.
far.
I need truth to know that.
Double boat show.
So my
I've not
benchmark's
tried
gotta
double
be
boat
truth.
show yet.
yeah.
They're different styles.
Boat show's better than truth.
They're
I
different
couldn't agree
styles.
more.
Yeah, it's better than truth.
Boat shows is a better balanced beer. The Rhinegeist Truth is much more leaning towards West Coast.
Boom.
It leans towards what it does lean towards West
100%,
Coast.
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
agree.
And
And
you know
that's
what?
why I
Those
crave
are
it.
both excellent IPAs. I love both of them.
Ohio
But-
style.
But I
It
love.
is.
Ohio style.
Ohio style.
But
Yeah.
I love the boat show because it's more balanced. and I
Leans
can
towards
taste more.
West Coast, Ohio style.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're on this side of the Mississippi.
I like a
I will say
multi-beer.
this about
Actually,
the
I'm
brewers,
a-
though. I've been more welcomed at Rhinegeist than Yellow Springs.
I love Rhinegeist. That
Like
brews
by the
awesome.
people at the brewery.
Yeah.
Yellow
I feel more
Oh,
welcomed at Rhinegeist than I do Yellow
You're
Springs.
you're probably right about
The Yellow Springs guys, they're pretty pretentious.
Well,
The no kids thing, I know Matt disagrees with me. The no kids thing bothers the fuck out of me because if I'm in Dayton,
Fucking
and your
crave it.
customer base are in Dayton.
Crave it. No kids.
If you're going that fucking
Says he
far,
has no
Yellow
kids.
Springs, dude, I'm never going Yellow Springs unless I'm going to I'm going to Young's Dairy. I'm bringing my fucking kids. I'm gonna go to Yellow Springs Brewery.
Nope. Go
I
home.
have my kids in tow. If you want the Dayton crowd, especially the people who are gonna like
Go home.
go and enjoy your brewery,
Hello.
you gotta allow kids in there. And we showed up with our kids, and they're like, "Nah, get the fuck out of here." I was like, "All right, see ya."
Good.
And I'll never go back.
Don't bring your kids. Enjoy
I'll
that.
keep buying their beer though.
Also,
Because
don't
it's good.
offer flights.
See, this is where we diverge.
I like
Flights are good.
Yellow Springs.
I'm the same. We diverge on a lot of things.
We diverge on a
you
lot of
want
things.
you want kids. I don't want kids.
I don't
You
want
flights,
kids
I
at
don't
all
want-
breweries, but I
I
think
do not
that
want kids
they're.
at all breweries.
I think they need to rethink that idea. I think you could do no kids at a lot of
There
Dayton
needs to be
breweries.
like a hard stop time.
Like
Yeah,
five
maybe a hard
five
stop.
o'clock.
Fine. Hard
That's the
stop time.
arcade. That's
7
Canal
maybe.
Street Arcade.
Yeah,
Before,
Canal Street.
hours before are kids, hours after are
See,
not.
I just
Canal
don't get-
Street's pretty early.
I
It's
just
like
don't get
free,
the,
right?
I just don't
Yeah.
get the whole no kids thing, right? You can have kids come into a place and not serve them, and it's okay. So what the hell's
That's
the
not
deal
the-
with
Well,
the
look
no
what
kids?
Workman
Serving
did.
is not the point.
They had the
It
root
is.
beer. This is a good conversation.
It is.
I got hit with
This
the
could get
X's on my
heated.
hands
This could
so
get-
many times.
This getting heated fast.
It's just a vibe. Like
It
behind
is
me,
a
like
vibe.
I don't want. Again, so
Fine.
as somebody that
That's
has
good.
kids, and everyone's going to be like, my kids are precious
Tripping
and stuff
the
like
kid
that.
at you.
I'm not going to have
How
a
do you
good
trick the
time
kid?
if my kids are there.
There's
Like
no
I'm just
doubt, I
there to
know.
unwind or
But
whatever.
if you close
It's like the
at
same
9
thing at
anyway,
bowling.
if you bring a
We
kid
get pissed
and
at
they're fucking
bowling
around,
when
I'll
we would
trick your
bowl
kid.
and there was kids there after 8 o'clock at
I
night.
do. I
Well,
would
you're
say
same thing at a
around
brewery.
I can't pretend that I don't
Well,
understand.
yeah,
your
if they're out of control, then you're out of control parent,
Yeah.
right? But if you're bringing a
That's
kid
what
and they're
that's
sitting
That was
with you, I
said
mean, what the hell?
by a proud parent, and I get that.
Yeah.
It's like your kids shouldn't be acting up.
Yeah.
That's the whole crux.
Well, I
of
couldn't
this
agree with
conversation.
you more.
That's the whole crux of this
Couldn't agree with
conversation.
you
I
more.
do
Your
understand
kids
Matt's perspective, and I think that there's like if you want your brewery to be a bar, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Yellow Springs wants that, and that's fine.
Sure.
I probably won't go back, but I'll still drink their beer.
Yeah.
because I like
Until
their
your
beer.
kids are of age.
It's great.
I know I probably won't go back.
If
I just
they're-
didn't like the way that
Turn
they
them off,
reacted
turn
to
off
me
to you.
showing up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they did themselves a disservice, and you can, and I know that Matt disagrees, and that's fine. They disagree. I feel like if you're in Yellow Springs and your market extends to Dayton, I'm not going to Yellow Springs.
You're
Because I was
attributing
just
Dayton-
going through the neighborhood.
You're attributing Dayton to having kids. Not
Yeah,
everyone.
I'm
like-
saying that if people in Dayton who like beer have kids and they just happen to be in Yellow Springs at Young's Dairy, because that's where you take your kids. Like what I'm saying is
Right.
there's a runoff market for people
Yes.
with kids.
Yes.
And you're missing that market. That's fine though, because most of their sales, because of the distribution of Yellow Springs, probably comes from store sales anyway.
Now,
So Yellow Springs probably doesn't give a shit about.
Yeah, their
me and
front
my
of the
kids.
house isn't dominating their.
Yeah,
like,
it's not. Yeah,
not
it's
like
not their business plan.
with Warped Wing, it's a much bigger percentage of their business.
Exactly, and
Right.
Warped Wing was like recognized. Okay, one, their main, even before they had the smokehouse, they had pinball machines and arcades in there,
Right.
and the head brewer has kids who he would invite into it there.
Right.
So Warped Wing understood early on we need to have families in here, and then they opened the smokehouse, and it's like, well, that's a given. You're
Which
not
we
gonna
haven't
have
tried.
that.
I haven't tried the smokehouse
Yeah.
yet. I haven't been
But
there.
Yellow Springs, fine. If they don't want kids, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
Yellow
okay.
Springs is just okay for me. As far as going there, it's just okay.
Okay,
And
see,
we,
so I
and
still
my
haven't
kids
been
are grown,
inside
and
Yellow
it's just
Springs.
okay for me. Yeah,
I haven't
I don't
been
get
inside.
like
I
wow.
mean, you go into Rheingeist, you bring your family in there, the kids play cornhole, everybody's good. It's just a welcoming place.
Like, no one's
right?
bothering anybody.
Yeah, nobody's bothering anybody. You can go drink in the corner if you
It's
want.
a much bigger space.
It is.
though.
It is.
It
That-
is. It is a big space.
Put your fucking Rugrats over
Would
in the
you
corner.
go to a
Fucking
restaurant
something
that
like that.
had a kids versus non-kids section, a la
Interesting.
smokers or non-smokers?
Oh, that's
section?
an
For sure, I totally would.
Well, let's take Crooked Handle for example, because I think Crooked Handle is a place you shouldn't avoid if you come to Dayton.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because
They're
their wings are
pro-kids.
so superior
They're
to all other
pro-kids.
wings that you should go there. So if you have kids and they had a kids section versus non-kids section,
Totally.
would that help you?
No,
No, you don't want to go there
That
for kids?
doesn't do it. Okay.
But they allow kids there.
that's great.
And you still go there.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've never taken my kids there.
No.
Wow.
But you do go there.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
did- Yeah.
What was the Scottish ale that they did there?
It was
Crooked.
Scottish ale.
Did JT catch you up on that? Like we went there as like a closer for. I lost a bet to JT, and then we went there and had wings and stuff. Oh,
Should have
Yeah,
been
the
the
wings are
opener.
banging.
should have been the opener.
Should have been the opener, but I messed up. I thought I was being clever.
Yeah.
I lost. He lost the bet. We bet that Luis Arias, who's Colombian.
This is very
A sports-
niche,
It's super niche.
very niche.
Just let me get the bet out of the way, and then we'll talk about what I did.
Yeah.
He would finish above or below 247.
Yeah, you're really good with numbers. 343.
343 was the number.
Yeah.
I'm great with numbers.
Episode
Actually,
340.
like my job is numbers.
343. Episode 343.
And I won, so he finished above that. So I was like, okay, so and the bet was just like take the other person out to dinner, and I was like, well, he's Colombian,
A meal.
so let's go to a Colombian place. So we went to a Colombian place, and
Okay.
Matt was like, what are we doing? And I was like, you're right, this was a bad idea.
No,
should
we
have
went
done
there.
something.
Like,
and
no, we
we
did.
had a good time.
We
It's
had-
like
yeah, we had some,
arepas and stuff like
arepas,
that.
yeah.
And then, but we
we went
heated
to
up the
Crooked
night,
Handle.
so then we're like, let's go to Crooked
we
Handle,
went to
and then we
Crooked
had
Handle.
obviously you have to have wings when you go to Crooked
Yes.
Handle.
Yeah, we did.
That
And
this
they
goes
were
back to
awesome.
mine. You should be doing something food oriented, like you.
I did.
I know, but
I did.
food is love. I could see you
Food
like
is
on
love.
MasterChef or Hell's Kitchen or whatever. Like your palate. I don't know. You're too nice. You couldn't deal with somebody yelling at you. Like you just have to be able to explore. And
I was exclusively back of house. That's why I never.
But you're obviously you do these podcasts and stuff, and people are engaging. This is just fucking life talk right now. Like,
Maybe now, yeah, but
you're still young. God, you're
6 or 7
19.
years ago when I was
18 and a half.
Yeah, 18 and a half. That's right. Hey, yeah, his parent is
He
here,
got
so it's
younger.
later.
18 and a half.
It's
Like
okay.
18 and a half.
Yeah. He wrote off on it. We're allowed to
Do your
this.
passion.
Right on.
Sometimes,
We'll see.
like my passion, it's not worth much money. You know? Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah, I can't get paid for looking at
You gotta
maps,
have
but-
a hobby. I do get paid for looking at maps. I wanted to do baseball cards and collect baseball cards, but you know what? Almost every card shop I've ever visited closed. Went out of business
Yeah.
because there's no money there. You gotta go on eBay. So sometimes, you know, you just gotta.
People run eBay shops for a living,
You
dude.
just gotta.
That's true,
Sometimes
man.
I can't do my passion.
Just become a scalper.
Phil, are you doing your passion?
No, not as much as I'd like.
What's
to.
Damn
your
it.
passion?
I
Saxophone?
thought he was doing
Yeah.
his passion.
Sax, jazz,
Phil,
smooth
Phil
jazz.
said-
Smooth
Phil,
jazz.
are you doing your passion?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, you're not.
Taking-
That's a lie.
Taking care of my family.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, come on.
All these losers.
That's
What a
That's
cheap
not
shot.
what
What a
That's
cheap
fair,
shot.
That's
That's a good answer,
hey, I get to drink beer on Fuck Off Fridays.
Uh-huh.
I get to hang out with my
a layup.
friends.
That's true.
That was a layup. for
I
sure.
get to play games or whatever. Like, my passion would be teaching, but I am too late in my life to like
You could do
pursue
it.
that.
You could do
I
it.
get it.
Where Steph is how 21. I think you just whispered
Yes,
it to me.
yeah,
so he's
yes,
21.
exactly.
So like
He's
he has a
legal.
lot
He's
of
a legal
time.
You just started drinking, huh?
Look at it. He's like
He's
texting on
already
his
this
Tetris machine over there.
Etch a sketch.
That's just good.
You know, one of my passions that has been dormant. and yet-
Masturbation.
And yet, it's no, not
It's
masturbation.
so good.
Oh, you haven't been masturbating?
That's not my.
It's dormant? Damn, dude.
So-
that's
That
just gonna be
load.
like real cake battery.
Hang on to the
That's just gonna really come off.
he gave up. He's like, oh, this
He's like, no, let's not have this talk.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to talk about this with my son-in-law. I don't either, actually. Let's not talk about it.
Anyway,
Cake battery.
I
It
don't
gets
even know
too
where that
thick
came
when you
from.
don't touch it for a while. All right, if you made it this far, you're obviously not a woman, probably.
You're not. Wow.
yeah,
Or no,
I'd love to know the
that's not what I'm
demographics of
saying.
your subscribers.
We've
saying,
done these before, and
I'm
all
saying
this.
like dudes hang out this long.
We've
Women
done
are like,
this,
let's
and
move
all
on
of
with
us
our
have
lives.
been supremely wasted in years past.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
None of us have had
You
that
guys
much
want
to
some more
drink.
beer? I got tons more
Oh
beer.
yeah.
Yes.
I got
We,
more
we
beer.
could probably hit the stop
Yeah,
record button.
demographics is
You
like
want to take us home?
99.9%
Wait, no, let's take us
male.
home. Let's take us home.
Let's take us home.
25
We're gonna
until
we're gonna
30,
do
yeah.
more. JT.
Never seen a woman.
6%
All right.
incel.
That
I
is.
didn't even get to say what my
Yeah, no,
passion
yeah.
I
No,
said
I was saying,
He's got a Bismarck that's gonna drip all over.
his passion. Phil's passion is cake batter. Everyone knows it. No, it's saxophone. I thought you said it was saxophone.
it's saxophone, but there's another one that I brought up the other night.
Quilting.
We were together.
Please say quilting.
He likes brewing,
Jesus Christ.
baseball,
Shut the hell up, man.
brewing, baseball, saxophone. I know a lot about Phil.
Brewing. I have not done it for 25 years, and I miss it.
Yeah.
And because I refer to it all the time, and I lean on it,
Yeah.
and what I learned from it, and I really enjoyed the hell out of doing it. And I miss that, and I'm thinking about starting to brew again.
I think you should film it, and we should have it on the Brew Crew Network.
Would you guys?
BCBU.
We talked about it last year. We just
Yeah,
never,
we did.
We never
We talked
got
about.
there.
Well, we talked about.
Homebrew's
talking about
fun.
it, but-
I like that. My wife bought me a homebrew.
We did
kit.
it once.
Yeah, we did it.
I would like to talk for everyone here. What were you passionate about 25 years ago? But
There
I
you
feel
go.
like that would.
Lord.
I mean, 25 years ago, he was shitting in diapers if he was even alive.
I
at
didn't
this
even
point,
gain
right?
consciousness yet.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
know what the fuck.
he was swimming
25
around.
years
He
ago.
was swimming around
Oh
in
my
your
God,
scrotum.
25 years ago?
Oh, damn.
hey.
25.
The twinkle in my father's eye.
Yeah, no, he
It
wouldn't
wasn't
even tell
his
you
eye.
that. Yeah, no, we were talking about it last night at the bar.
I don't know what my passion is.
His one-eyed Willie.
My passion right now, though, is food. Food.
Food is
Yeah.
your passion?
Yeah,
I
food is
love
my
food,
passion.
as you can tell.
I like to eat.
I missed my calling, I think.
You like to make food or
I
test
do.
food?
I
taste
both.
test?
All.
Yeah.
I like
He likes
to
to test food.
I like to
I like
test
to
it.
eat.
I like to eat. Right.
Well, some people just like to cook it. And, you know.
I love to cook. I love to cook.
I don't know.
That's also-
I'm. This is gonna be a shot. I don't know why Steph has kept you from us for so long.
Mm.
You're really engaging and you fill in really
excellent.
well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, good to have you.
Are you good at producing? Because we can fire him.
You wouldn't even have to change the like. It's
Right,
already
you
etched
wouldn't
in
have to
stone.
change the
Steps.
thing, right.
You said you had a nickname.
Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah,
Damn it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
Stephen
what we
is
call-
the third.
We were
If you
taking
guys
this
didn't know
home.
that already. Stephen is the third.
Oh, yeah.
He's
no.
never. He's never told us
said
that.
He's a
Really?
tray.
He's given us shitty beer that
Stephen
we had
the
to
third.
drink.
Yeah,
We
right.
had to
Stephen
drink.
is the tray. So I was thinking
He's
Chuggalos
tertiary.
Deuce, since I'm number 2.
Oh.
Deuce. I like Deuce. Deuce
Okay,
works
great.
well.
Chuggalos Deuce.
Chuggalo
Chuggalos
Deuce.
Deuce.
That's awesome.
Okay.
All right.
And you're tertiary.
He is tertiary.
Yeah. no-
Fuck,
Yeah.
it's full circle.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
All the way back to the beginning of the
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
And that is episode 259.
You got it. Wow. Wow.
Episode 259.
Episode
How the hell did he do that?
1042.
Almost at week
Yeah.
17. Day
1492.
17
Columbus
of the
Day.
Advent calendar. 259. Anybody got the last words? That's it. We're out. Thanks for
Beautiful.
joining us. Join us next year when we
Top of
do
the morning.
another Advent calendar extravaganza.
Boom.
Bye.